Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to another episode of Downtime in the Hangar, where we talk about all things GBO2 and Tangent often. And today, we've got a guest. We're joined by RedWolfVion,
Howdy.
GamingEmblem,
What's up?
and Gustav the 13th.
Yep.
So, Vion, if you want to start out, let everybody know what you do, what you got going on, and what you've been up to recently.
What's going on, cool kids? I am RedWolfVion. I enjoy playing Gun Operation 2, and you may have seen some of my content on YouTube/RedWolfVion. I post sorts of pool videos, guides, and all sorts of silly things GBO2 related, and other games. Check that out once you have the time. But lately, I have been playing off and on GBO2 as well as PSO2. I know. Busy times.
Cool. Like, what do you play in PSO2, by the way?
So in PSO2, in the American version, I play Summoner right now. I used to play Braver and then Fighter before that, so I jumped between Summoner and Fighter. I'm waiting for the American servers to catch up so I can get Phantom, because I did play the Japanese version, and Phantom was my main, and I absolutely love Phantom. PS2 is amazing. I'm so happy we finally have it in the US.
Me too.
For real, though.
I mean, my anime titties. Great cast.
Oh, God.
Excuse me.
In a row here.
Head pats only, right?
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
That and 5.3 update of Final Fantasy XIV just came out, which is amazing too.
Oh, yeah. Level 60 on free accounts, which is again slightly salt on my part because I'm only like 45 and I can't play anymore because I had a subscription. So I just made a new account and I'll just get Shadowbringers again when they put it on sale for they always put it on sale for crazy cheap. So
yeah.
I'll just for the same it's essentially a month and you get the content. So I mean, I'll go ahead and just play a free account till I have like every class I want up to 60, and then I'll, subscribe after that. Which is cool that they have it set up like that. So then when I'm, grinded out all this other stuff, then it's like, okay, cool. Then I'll start paying. But definitely one of the best MMOs, though. I agree with that. We were talking about that right before, and yeah, I Black Mage, Summoner, I'm in there for those two. Like, I can't wait to get to the end game with all that full combo stuff where you get like Bahamut and stuff. Like, what? Like, I wasn't even expecting that.
It's nice.
Like,
it's
that was
Raids was fun.
Yeah, the raids are amazing, and like the raids, the mechanics, the
and
sound,
the music.
so good. Near raids, get to it, and then we can talk.
Oh god, the Nier soundtrack for that is
So
amazing.
Oh yeah,
so good.
Oh, by the way, what server are you on?
I'm on Hyperion on the Primal Data Center.
Okay, so I'm joining Primal Leviathan with some other people. So we can then play. Can we do raids at that point? Is that what that means?
Yes, you can.
Okay,
if you're
cool.
on the same data center, you can invite other people to your party as well as visit their servers.
Okay, cool. Yeah, so I'm going to be on Crystal, I think Crystal's the other data center, and then I'm going to be on Primal as well. So that'll be nice.
Hit me up, man.
Woot woot. But yeah, anyway, Emblem, what have you got? What have you been doing? What's been up?
I'm still getting in the swing of my work training and stuff like that. Been keeping busy. Banking is kind of different now with the current situation. So you have to wear a mask a lot, which kind of stinks. Not my breath, but just the whole situation in and of itself. But yeah, it's weird getting used to. I was talking to Maniac about it. I'm just glad I don't do anything strenuous, because I'm already like hot and bothered just doing that by itself, and having to actually do anything where you actually got some real activity. My desk work has me like, so more power to anybody who has to do any real work while also having to wear a mask all day. You guys are in there, so keep it up. But outside of that, What were you about to ask at the Magnum?
Oh, well, I was gonna say like when I worked in the hospital, I was doing transport. So while I was going to college, that's what helped with paying some of that, and
Right.
like I was doing 12-hour shifts, and probably one of the worst ones though, were when you had a patient that was either severely like their possible like immune system stuff, or they had something that you could catch, anything like that. You had to suit up, so you got on your like all this. Essentially, you're wearing the gloves only on your entire body, so you got to tie that around and robe up, and then get your gloves on, and then it's like full body coverage, and then put the mask on, and you're in that for like 3 or 4 hours straight.
Ooh.
So then by the time you take that off, you're just covered in sweat, and it's just like, and the thing is, you had to pick up the person like 4 or 5 times because they're pretty much out cold or in a horrible amount of pain, and some of those were pretty rough. Just by the time you're done, now I will say though, when you're in the CT scan room and you got a full lead suit on, it's like, oh yeah, man, I got my power armor on, let's go. Like, it was kind of cool. Like,
That weight.
and the thing is, you're like doing it fast. Some of those were interesting because you would be like, like the person could have a heart attack, so you had to go quick. So it's just like, something bad could happen. We've got to get them down, get them scanned, get them back to the better setup that's like in the CCU or ICU, whichever one it was that we would go to. So the thing is, we were moving, like it was, one of those kind of like intense moments. So the thing is, you get there, you have to suit up in that full lead suit, and it's heavy. You got everything, you cover everything in just lead. You've just got this huge suit on, and then CT scan happens, and you're already weighted down by this. You got to pick up some 200, 300 pound person and then move them over, and then boom, they hit the scan button, pull them back over, do everything, strip out of all that, and you're still covered in everything else, and then go back. So yeah, some of the mask thing though, I've been like, oh no, this is easy. Like, as far as just wearing the mask for all this stuff, I can go for like 4 hours in a mask and be like, what? So that was my training for this. Plus, staying inside and not getting out, though, is more of the main thing. But if I have to wear a mask,
We'll staying inside, but everything else is pretty good. But yeah, anyway, what is it? Quarantine struggles, am I right? But
pretty much.
I'm getting ready I'm ready for the weekend. Our Sunday plans arrived in the mail the other day, so I figured I'd start building some raids. Gotta show the raids some love because nobody else will.
Oh man, that's good.
So I've got that, and I've been fine-tuning some things for our stream on Saturday, which is going to be specialty themed. I'll say this: I've been kind of like teasing it throughout the week, but I'll have a special guest on the stream on Saturday. But the plan is to play variety games. So if you guys are free on Saturday and want to join in, I'll be doing stuff like Fall Guys, Battle Op, 100% Orange Juice, and just whatever. But it should be pretty interesting, and it'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, besides that, the usual battle operation and in a PSO2, where we don't have quite as much cosmetics or character classes or levels, but we're struggling to catch up.
You'll get there.
Thank you. I hope so, because I need to make it to NG.
Mm-hmm.
What's
That's
that?
about it.
What's NG?
Sorry, I figured you knew about it, Magnum. It's new.
Yeah. Okay, that, yeah.
If anything,
Okay,
I'm
sorry.
more interested in
When you
Janet.
said NG, I don't know. Everybody's throwing out all these like.
Acronyms are hard, man. I don't blame
They
you.
are. Just let us stay with LOL and WTF.
Yeah.
That's it.
Like,
So we're
getting
Oscar
it at
talked to me
level
about
one.
PSO2.
Zigga for two way.
It's like an acronym for like Quest or something, and I was like, I don't know what that means. So I feel you there.
I still
But-
feel that way for M-Bon inputs at this point. I need to actually learn all that stuff for fighting games.
Oh, love it. Love it.
AB62, A. BB. Okay, I can't even remember my Soul Calibur rotation. But
if you can remember some of it for Caliber, that might actually help a little bit.
It's like 2
yeah, like
oh
well, no, I remember. Well, that's what I'm saying. I can't remember my Siegfried rotation on Soul Calibur. It's been a while. But
CSA is the one I hear the most.
I need to go do. I actually got Soul Calibur 6, so I need to get on there. I heard he's top tier on there, so I'm like, yes, we back in there.
Uh-oh.
So that's too many games.
It's got another big dude to fight in that game.
But yeah, Gustav, what have you been doing? What's been up?
The same shit. Out here doing cross rays. Finished up Endless Vaults earlier in the week. We're doing G Unit now. So that's been pretty nice. Slowly but surely, people in chat have been getting their own special characters too. They've been asking, so like our main raid squad is pretty much entirely comprised of people from chat or like our clan DS3. And besides that, just doing dailies. Trying to get more people into our secondary clan, but we're gonna be probably practicing for clan matches tomorrow, which is gonna be a thing.
Nice.
Either later tonight or during the podcast, depending on one of the guys, Griffin, is actually playing some other games with a friend of his, so he probably won't be there until the morning. But that's just scheduling for this is a pain. I really wish we had some more late night ones. Yeah. That's a discussion for another time, or just one right later.
Yeah, pretty much. The 1 out of 4 thing is, but so yeah, after we get done with this, I'm probably gonna do like one thing of Hades and just be like, okay, I'm out. Finish this run. Yep. Because I got like halfway through a run.
Responsible bedtime for me is when I got to do clan matches.
Pretty much.
And sometimes that doesn't happen either. So I'm just like tired doing it. Like, let's go. What do you mean?
But yeah, as far as for me, I've done. Did I finish Ghost of Tsushima last time? Either way, that's been done. Avengers beta was kind of meh. I'm hopeful because they got they pretty much got all the assets from Marvel Heroes, and I was big into Marvel Heroes. I really hope they push into a lot of that content and really do stuff like raids. You know, speaking of Ghost of Tsushima, they're coming out with co-op mode, which is going to have 4-man raids, just saying. So, you know, copy some of that, put Marvel with it, and there you go. And the thing is, you know, people's been like, well, there's not too many abilities. And apparently if you're playing with the controller, it'll actually show that there looks like there's more stuff for abilities, but it's just not in the game yet. But, you know, there's some extra buttons and stuff that kind of come up. I don't know if that was supposed to happen in the beta, but apparently, too, from what they said, there's supposed to be 3 different trees. Now, does that mean you get 3 different versions of the character and they still only have 3 abilities? Or can you have, like, 8 abilities or whatever? You know, the question is how far does it go from what the beta showed? Because it seems like there's a lot more in the game, because apparently there's 50 levels instead of 15, which I would hope there would be more levels. But if there's 50 levels, that's a lot of skill points. And there's not even that many skill points you could put into the tree that already exists. So I'm hoping that's correct, and there's 3 different trees, and you specialize in which one you want, and each one's a different play style, etc. But again, that's just a lot of being hopeful, I think. And I'm ready to be completely disappointed. So my expectation, if I had to guess what I would score this coming out, I'm looking at like maybe a 4 to a 6. But I'm really crossing my fingers and hoping that we see like a 7, 8, or a 9. And the thing is, there's potential there. That's the big thing. Like, there is so much potential with this. And I'm a big Marvel fan, so they just need to give me my Juggernaut, though. that was my main in Marvel Heroes. As soon as Juggernaut hit, boom, we were there. That was it. But other than that, usual stuff: GBO2, PSO2. Well, actually, not so much PSO2. I've been doing that offline, but yeah, gotta get that Steam content. Those extra cosmetics from Steam. Just saying. What else? Too many games. I think I did a little Black Clover. Actually, that might have been the previous week, but either way. But yeah, too many games. Point being.
You ain't lying.
Hades. Been doing Hades. There we go. That's another one. And then more Path of Exile. So, oh no. Oh man.
You've been in it though. Like that's something new even from last week.
Literally the the 4th of next month is going to be crazy because Marvel's Avengers comes out on the 1st for anybody who got the like pre-release stuff, and then if you then Path of Exile is getting its whole new league, I think, on the 4th. Now I could be wrong on that one, but I think we might be getting that, or it might be the week after. But yeah, either way, it's just like, oh no, too much stuff at once.
Game after game after game, man. It's crazy.
Pretty much.
They really end.
But I mean, it's just like what you were talking about, Vion. Like, just so many things coming out that it's like, if you put something down for a second, it's like, oops. Exactly. But anyway, let's go ahead and get in. Does somebody have a lobby up?
But I can talk to Carrie and get one started if you want.
There we go. And I'll go ahead and move the little arrow to Zeta Plus. So, what do we think about this suit? Who wants to go first?
I have not poured it, but my early impressions, I'm kind of sad it's not space, because I hate the idea of them splitting up a 650 raid ground and a 650 raid. Because like Cubalate just came out, and that thing is strong. Like it's strong in these matches, 650. And you know, it was already an issue. Yeah, it was an issue with raids even prior to that. But I haven't sat down and looked through the kit. Some people are saying it's a really cool kit, but again, I just kind of wish it was space and ground. Just looking at first glance, that's my first take on it. Aside from that, I love the design. I love transforming suits. I love it.
It's interesting you said that people are saying the kit's interesting. I personally think it's bland and uninteresting. So that's interesting to hear.
So I think. Go ahead.
I was just to say, like, if you're not familiar, I haven't set up a password, but the password's 8523. Makes it easier to do invites. If we get anybody excited hopping in, I'll just
give them the
show them the door. Yeah, I'll show them the door. Nothing personal.
By the way, though, you mentioned the ground-only thing. I'd like to point your attention to the GPO4, though, with supports. So the supports already got that treatment last year. Oh, man. But,
yeah, because it was a good point, because it wasn't just that. The FB is space-only, too. So there was, like, double space-only suits in that regard.
Yeah.
Because FB was actually released last year anniversary suit, I believe. Right? I think it was.
Yeah, the FB was like the quote-unquote pay-to-win suit.
Yeah, we were afraid that it was going to be like an FB situation with whatever suit, either this week or last week.
Yeah. We'll get to the question mark stuff, but I am glad, and also the Unit 4 and 5 again, but I am really glad that they're good, solid suits, and not another FB that is like the best top-tier space suit. Even at 550, like, do we have a 600 of it yet?
But FB?
Yeah, the FB.
I don't know.
It's level 2, so I thought it was
level 2. We do. We do have a 600, yeah. Yeah, so the thing is, like, if you have the FB at 550 even, you can play in 650 games and still just own everybody if you're one of those god tier, players that are going full new type Super Saiyan kind of thing. Like, it is crazy. You just can't keep up with them.
All right,
I know there's some Xeon players.
I'm starting to understand why people are frustrated with the color paneling on this thing. Holy shit.
I mean, I just colored in my colors and it worked.
All right, so
my colors just work.
Who hosted the custom match?
There should be one with just 8523, unless Chad's got something going right now.
As well. You got the Rappy profile picture, right?
No, it's actually I have
that's the wrong one.
Oh gosh, there's somebody that has your name.
No, that's my Japanese account.
Oh, okay.
Hang on, I'll put my other account here. It's just instead of red, it's burning. Instead. So.
Oh, okay.
That's what
but for the level 1, I guess we can talk about some of the stagger ratios here in a second, unless you already got that pulled up, Emblem. But interestingly enough, for the level 1, it's got some mad defenses.
All right, gotcha. That was Dante, right?
Yep.
Okay.
But yeah, the resist. I mean, nothing has ballistic resist at this point. Looks like, but its beam resist and its melee resist is 32 and 28 at level 1. Which, with the amount of parts you got, you can pretty much max both of those out, especially on the level 2. So that's one thing that I think is really interesting with this suit.
Okay. I got Vion invited. Do you need me to send you one, Magnum?
No, I can hop in. I'm just...
Alright, give me...
I just had the suit up on the screen, kind of showing some of the stats and stuff.
Alright, give me a second here. Try to get the invite. I still didn't get it yet. PlayStation Y. Let me actually
There
add
might be,
you.
yeah, there might be like privacy settings and stuff that tends to.
Oh yeah, you gotta be friends normally.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, if you go to the customs and then hit square, go down to the password search, and then just put in the 8523, that should...
Yeah, it should be able to pull it up for you if you don't want to go through all that trouble. That'd be a lot easier. But while you're doing that, I'll just go down the list of stats for the suit. I'll just start from the top. So between the two levels, the HP at level 1, which is 600 cost, is 18,000. Level 2 is 650 cost, and it's 20,000.
Yeah, that's a big bump between health. I was surprised to see it go up to 20. Yeah, like that was kind of crazy.
The
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say the blue. Someone mentioned the blue sabers. Those things look nice. They look.
Oh
nice.
yeah, they do.
It is cool to see.
Those are very stylish.
The physical shot correction, so like missiles, Vulcans, and machine guns. It's 14 for level 1, 15 at level 2. Beam resistance is 32 at level 1, 35 at level 2. Melee resist is 28 at level 1 and 30 at level 2. The actual ranged damage modifier is 27, while it's 29 at level 2. Melee correction is 33, and level 1, level 2 is 36. So the stats seem pretty nice there. Speed, and this is like normal walking speed and such, is 130. When it's transformed, so when it's in a Wave Rider mode, it goes up to 220. The actual normal form, like when it's in the normal mobile suit form, when it's boosting, is 190. Wave Rider mode has 240 speed when boosting. Both levels of the suit have a base thrust of 70. Turning speed is 69. Whenever it's transformed, it goes down to 48, but you can use the brakes to boost your speed pretty well. Looks like it's level 3 melee priority. It has the kick off counter, and it's a 3-star for some reason.
Okay. Oh, okay. So
here we go.
Alright,
here we go again. Here we go again.
Already.
Oh man, there it is. We've already hit it. Okay. Well, I know what inspired him to say that for a topic. We probably should add that in somewhere here on the list. I'll get rid of something when we get down toward the bottom and put that in instead. But we'll just include it with this. Actually, why not? But yeah, skills. I've got the skills up right now. High performance balance for level 1, maneuver armor level 2, force injector level 2, melee combo controller level 2, wing special cushion level 2, flight control program level 2, anti-blast stabilizer emergency evasion level 1, shield tackle level 1, transform flight, and enhanced tackle level 3.
Did you say did or did not have evasion maneuver?
It has evasion level 1.
Okay.
So, personally though, I think it's pretty awesome as far as defenses go for raids, because it has a ton of health. And as far as stats and what I can tell for damage, it's like a less damaging Hammurabi, but also has 50 in beam and melee resist. All I'm saying. Like, you can get that with your parts pretty easily and still have decent damage. So, I don't know. I've been going high defense, especially on the level 2. I have another, I think it's 2 or 3 in the melee res, so I'm 45 and 50 in the melee and beam. And then with 21.2k life is what I've been doing parts-wise. And I can still fit the, like, enhanced melee, I think 4 and 3 on there. So...
Are you getting in there?
yeah, if we're ready to go ahead and we can start it up.
Yeah, sure thing.
But
Hey.
Okie dokie. I have no idea what I'm. All right. So what should I pick? What should I pick? Give me a thing. I don't have the cool raid like everyone else.
do not pick the Hamrabi, or not. No, sorry, do not pick the Hamahama. Both of them start with an H. My brain derped on that one. Just don't pick the Hamahama.
Totally don't pick the Cubulate if you have it.
I mean, if you want to wreck our
Or
face.
by that, I mean totally pick it so that we can get bullied properly.
I was gonna say, if you have the Cubulate,
Actually, do it for real. So like,
no, for real though, if you have it,
Kind
do
of
it.
picking you guys hard last week, so I mean, Cubulate
I
me
agree.
up.
Oh, it's par for the course. Here we
Yeah.
go.
just
I
to
think Gustav even. Good.
no, I said just to show how ridiculous this thing can get sometimes. Oh crap! Did I even suit this
sure.
up? I don't know. Oh well.
It's okay.
Um,
I hope not.
away you go. Soup it up next time for sure though.
But the thing is, like, the beams, when I get hit with beams, especially if I get hit in the back, like, I take hardly any damage at all. So the rear from the Cubulate, the rear hit, like, hits me for like 500. And I was trying to stand still and take it. So, I don't know, for defense, I like this thing. Like, it's pretty much if you feel like you die in 2 seconds with the Hamrabi, this thing definitely lasts longer.
This thing dies in 5.
Oof.
Hey, buddy. Oh, I love those sabers, though. I get like,
Oh, yeah, right?
I love them.
do
Those
that
are
okay.
so dope.
But, like, I hit your back, so I only dealt like 1,000 damage. Because the back is too big on this thing.
I hit you there.
Yeah, I know, right?
And that's for
Post
see,
advantage.
Neutral has very low reach.
Yeah, the neutral, that's
Post
one of the
advantage.
problems is the, yeah.
and it's so funny because looking at this suit. So I've only played with this suit what maybe 4 times now. I'm just like, it has so much potential to do crazy stuff. I love it.
The waist beams that this thing has is kind of meh. I wish they would stagger if you hit with all of the shots.
I agree. They definitely
Yeah.
need to.
For a second, I figured like, oh, 3 run bursts. Surely they will. Like, no, they do when you're doing them in the air, sometimes, but not with the. On the
I am
ground.
so bad with ramming.
I think it's the way that they burst, though. I think on the ground they burst like 1, 2, 3, and they alternate when you're in the air, something like that. There's a difference that makes them stagger when you're flying.
Ooh.
Also, that 20 some odd sortie time. High
So
cost
can-
timers hurt.
So, gaming, can you do the down slash for me with your sabers real quick?
Sure.
Okay, all right. I just wanted to see if it was the swipe out or like the swipe down. Interesting.
I would have preferred to swipe out.
Yeah, because like,
I don't know how I feel about the downswing either. Like, for a lot of people who love the prototype, I guess it's pretty cool, but
I mean, even the
I-
prototype has more range left and right with its swing too. So,
Yeah.
like, this one's very precise, and I'm like, maybe not.
See, those funnels stagger on a hit, right? That's a doozy. Like,
also
even if it's
Adrian was
lights-
like swearing up and down about this yesterday, but apparently this thing's actually supposed to have a variant or like the same gun as the actual Zeta, but they gave us the Shiki rifle instead.
well, that's just unfortunate.
Did you just like overshoot? What was that about?
And this thing, it has it does, because I know reading a lot of those skills, it does have the binder ability, right? Where if you hit the binder,
believe it
it
does.
takes less damage. Okay.
They call it like,
Oh yeah, on the back, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
The light control cushion or something like that.
it's like
Yeah.
wing damage or whatever.
Yeah.
instead of back binder.
Yeah, I think it's usually special cushioning or some nonsense like that.
Yeah.
Mhm.
They have some kind of name for it.
So, like, just looking at it, like, visually, it's very pleasing. It's very dope. I like it.
Wasn't
I love the Zeta Plus. It's so sick
Yeah.
looking.
So overall, I feel as if they did a good job with the suit in terms of like design and everything. As far as me wanting to get it, I don't necessarily feel like I need to have this suit. I could be completely wrong, but it definitely has cool potential to do crazy stuff.
Oh shoot!
Uh oh. Mash that
I
button.
ran into you.
Yeah.
I ran into you.
You're right. No, what? The force injector! Force injector is the bane of my existence, man. I force injected away from that. I could have dodge rolled and not got hit by you.
Did you move
Yeah.
on your screen?
Yeah, I got
a.
I got a full dash, and I was just like, why
Oh, you mean
force injector?
after? Okay.
So another thing.
It does have enhanced tackle too, so like
Okay.
you can
Shield
tackle
and
into
enhanced,
somebody and do like 2k damage, and the shield tackle thing too.
Shield.
That's pretty dope. What's the
So even on a-
starting? What's the starting
Go ahead.
HP by default with it?
I love that.
18,000 at level 1, to 20,000 at level 2.
Okay, don't mind me. I gotta turn my neck because I have my TV over here, so just gonna turn and look while I'm saying hi to the chat.
What are you doing up there?
My partner's back, dude. Stop complaining with me.
I'm back as well. Here I go. Yeah, flying away.
Why did you fall over?
Because I was trying to fold out. Damn it.
Oh,
I wanted to fly
okay.
away.
Oh, so to volley into the blast. No.
Oh, no, I
so
missed.
if you catch someone mid-transformation in any transformation suit, it will fuck you up.
That's unfortunate.
No, don't do it.
For Magnum. Neutral so low.
So of course the regular, yeah. At least it has a quick little stagger. Now
Oh, what?
all the
I don't know what happened there. Post advantage.
Yeah, I was figured we'd clash, but I guess not.
See, I'm like I'm like that one kid in the cafeteria who like has like a brown paper bag lunch, and everyone else has like the cool lunchbox, the new hotness. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't know,
You
man.
have the
I
cool
feel like
lunchbox.
you're. Yeah, you've got like the
You had the
Rolls Royce
seasonal
of
popular.
lunchboxes right
Yeah.
now.
You just
For
got the
real.
expensive one. We got the trendy one that
Oh.
we got like on the cheap.
Yeah. If anything, your parents give you Lunchables, and we're just over here with our homemade
Bologna.
sandwiches. Okay. Yeah. Bologna sandwiches, like.
Leave me
full
alone.
9
I'm eating a
yards.
welfare
No.
burger.
Oh, let me ask you this: how much boost or gauge does it take transforming and returning back
Like
to your?
nothing. It is awesome.
Yeah, it's very similar to the Hammurabi.
That's actually really good.
So like I said, I really like it. It's more of a defensive style raid, with still decent damage. There we go, 1,600. I think I hit your. I think I hit your shoulder too with that tackle.
Yeah.
So that's not bad.
Don't touch me there.
Ay-ya.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yamete. Just dead.
Yeah. So I someone mentioned
Oh,
again
no.
we're talking about it having and not having ground compatibility. Some people think it'll be busted. Some other people think it's not fair. But I
It's
mean,
a raid that will never be busted in its entire life, especially at this
Yeah.
high of a cost. Y'all can catch it. I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I want
I
another.
kinda
I want another dodge roll.
that's why I was
Can
kind
I
of
tackle you.
surprised that it did not have
please no.
level 2. Come here.
Why?
let me
Why
touch
do you want
real
to tackle
quick.
me?
So we can
Lotus
see
is
the
requesting so you
damage
can
for
see the damage.
science.
Yeah.
Okay, well here I'm coming down.
Here.
Don't hit me. Don't hit me. Don't hit me.
Oh,
That was about 2k.
It showed 1615 on my end.
Okay.
let me touch you with my funnel.
Honestly, I'll say it seems kind of
No.
Let
lackluster.
me get.
Did you hit my back?
Let me get the
Hey,
Okay, let me
legs.
tackle you. Let me tackle you. Okay, let me tackle you. I'm
Low.
gonna make sure it's at this angle.
Don't make me come down there.
1757.
I like how we're both fucked up already.
Interesting. Like, I almost hit as much tackle damage on the Cubulate. Like, I did less damage, or almost less damage to you than I did to the Cubulate. And I thought I hit the Cubulate's shoulder.
He's over there casting judgment and just ready with those fucking follow funnels. Like,
I'm like, oh no, please don't.
I legit forgot because like I put it on this account.
Too.
Yeah, I put on this account, but I didn't like equip it or load out and all that stuff, and I forgot I had that until just then. I was like, wait a second, I have the follow, the rear. No, I have the rear, the side. I'm like, I know I have another one. That's what happens to yours.
But yeah, I want the Cubulate really bad. Just saying. 283 tokens.
I got a gold box. All right, boys. What is it? Is it tokens? Is it a suit?
It's another Cubulate.
It's a Zeta Plus.
It's the new Zeta Plus. Here we go. That's it.
It's a Gelgoog beam. Get that out of here. We're done. We're done. We're done.
Stream's over.
We're done. Shutting it down. Oh, man.
Spain here.
That's it, guys.
That's a wrap.
Dang, man. I'll probably want to get another gold crate like that for like another 2 months, 2-3 months,
Yeah, when you get shit like that, you almost just wish it would have been tokens.
Yeah.
Damn.
For real though, right?
Give me another chance.
Big old F in chat.
But yeah, the go ahead.
No, I was gonna say that suit seems really dope. Something I feel as if in this game, raids seemingly are more alike than like all the raids are similar to each other, but like you have supports that are very different. You have generals that are extremely different. I would like for them to bring some more variety in some of our raids, which they probably could in the future. Fingers crossed.
Yeah.
But overall, it's a dope suit. I think it could be stronger and it wouldn't be busted.
Well, here's a question.
I feel like that for a lot of raids, to be honest.
You're biased. That's why.
I'm not even. Here's the thing, though. Like, I'm not even a raid main. I am a raid by circumstance because people don't want to fucking pick the things.
I'm a support main, and I feel like it needs just one little thing. But I will say, it just feels like a defensive style Hammurabi is my thing, because it has like what 5k more health. Like you can get 5k more health.
It's definitely more conservative for sure. Like it doesn't have a second melee. It doesn't slims. It's really just to get in, get out, and then just be more survivable in general.
Yeah. So, and with the, I'm actually packing a lot of defensive parts on this thing. So it's got 50 beam resist, 45 melee. This setup 25 ballistic, but my other setup I have a bit more health. And I actually have range damage on this one. I don't know, I might fix that up. But same beam and melee defense, shield part on it. I think I have another shield level 3 on the other one. So I mean, I don't know.
What size is that? A large shield?
Yes.
1 second, I can.
Yeah, it's a large.
Okay, it is large. Okay.
Okay.
So it's not bad. 4.4. You know, the Hammurabi doesn't have a shield.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a ton of health potential where the Hammurabi doesn't.
I honestly think with raids, though, sometimes having no shield is better.
Yeah, that's true because they're so easy to break.
Destroyed sucks.
Especially when you're in the middle. Get it busted when you're transformed, and it'll just be a free knockdown.
That is true too. Flight,
yeah,
do a flight type life.
About it. Yeah, when you're flying, your shield is the nose, so all of the damage that you're probably taking is from the front. So you're more likely to get knocked out of your Wave Rider form too. So it's going to be a little bit tough in some cases if you're taking a lot of heavy damage from the front, because the shield only has 3,500 HP for the level 1 version, and 3,800 for the level 2.
Yeah, 3,850.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I've got a shield part on just so I break that. I'm at almost 4.5k.
I just put a bunch of thrust and then anti-melee.
That sounds like a
The
good
rest
time.
is attack.
That sounds like a good time right there. Let me just boost everyone real quick. Especially because you guys said it hardly takes any consumption when you transform. I think that's really good. Because I think, what was the first transformation? The original Zeta, right? That thing chugged thruster fuel, dude. It's like, dude, what's the whole purpose of like transforming when all my boost is gone? It just looks cool at this point.
They
plant-
do need to retroactively fix that.
The plant got a little better, but then like it was still kind of rough. But at least it's a good. Take care of your sniper for you real quick if you don't get shot down. Suit, right?
Get the spotters on there.
Yeah.
Burst them down.
It's got a pretty good combo in fly mode too. You go ahead and the beam cannons go 400 meters range, so you've got if you hit with all the shots, I think it's all the shots, or at least 4 of them staggers. So maybe that is all, and then you can just follow up with the beam rifle, and then you just ram them at the same time, transform out, turn around, and then either shoot them with the like hip beams or straight go in for the melee. If you have any boost left, do that enhanced tackle, and then if you think you can get it off, follow up with some melee. Though that's kind of risky, but
Do you want
that's
to
kind of the combo. Yeah, if we want to.
Sure. Okay.
But I will say it kind of sucks for the Hama Hama though right now, because it's nothing but beams.
Oh my
For
god.
I mean, like all of its damage that actually is gonna do anything is nothing but beams.
That
and
is
it's-
super irrelevant. because
And yeah, if you shoot, like, it's funny, if you shoot with the main beam on the Hama Hama in the back of one of these, you get the like 15% reduction plus the 50 if you have. I mean, I don't see a reason why you wouldn't max out the beam resist on this suit. So you throw on that level 4 beam resist, and then you have that going. With the 55% plus the advantage of being a raid on a support, like instead of hitting 3k on like a general, you're just like, oh whoops, I hit the back on the Zeta plus. Okay, I did like 500 damage with my big hit. It's just real oof on the Hama Hama right now.
It's such a shame too, because I feel like at cost it at least has a little bit of a chance, but then you start having all these other suits dip down just enough, so it's got to deal with them at both cost ranges.
Hmm.
The double Zeta missiles shred this thing though too. That's one thing I've.
Yeah.
Those ballistics.
Vulcans.
Yeah.
and
Back there,
missiles. So the minute this thing gets knocked down, if you see a double Zeta, it might as well just sit on you and crush you to death. Like,
Pretty much. I will say one of the I don't know.
No.
One of the things with it.
No.
No.
No means no.
No.
Hey man.
Oh
what
gosh.
the fuck do you mean with that shit?
Shitty
Get out of
double
here!
back and stuff.
The lies. The lies.
Lies. Deceptions.
No.
Yes.
Uh-uh.
Oh, Shield Senpai, why did you save him?
Oh
Yeah, we both
wow.
did double down swing on him. Nice.
Roll, dude.
Um,
Oh, Magnum.
but one of the things I found is that it has where there's a lot of people just playing. Like, this is the first suit though. So, are you guys hyped for this suit? Like, is this like?
It's cool.
Have you heard anybody be like, "Oh, dude, this is a really big deal"? You know, I feel like for the last
People are
week.
excited, but I feel like it wasn't because of the suit so much as what it meant by it having the designation for Sentinel.
Maybe that's the big hype then, but I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of
Yeah,
people. There's definitely the couple of A+ people who are like, "Yo, this change to a proper meta comp," right? There's been that, but I think this has kind of been the first time that I've seen a lot of like actual A+ people being like, "Nah, man, it's cool. You can play 5 raids on a team.
I've seen both teams, honestly, and I've been on the very conservative team a couple times in that respect.
So someone mentions that they feel like compared to other suits in 600 and 650, as I'm about to walk to my death, since it's appearing in more playlists, it kind of needs more stun potential, maybe level 2 emergency evasion. I don't know how you guys feel about that. Because someone he also mentioned it seems that the range on the double beam saber is a bit too short, and I think you guys actually mentioned that too.
Yeah, neutral's a little stumpy.
Yeah, the neutral feels weird. Like you have to really be on somebody. But so they finally came out.
The downswing's a little dramatic, but it could be worse.
I will say it's definitely not as bad as most of the downswing animations that look like that. It seems to be about the right speed, or close enough to.
I'm just thinking about it compared to like the Keyblade, where it literally just moves his wrist a little bit, and it's like, oh, this is.
Yeah, it's crazy fast.
You always have to pay the raid tax.
Yeah.
The raid tax.
Gotta get that raid tax. Tax.
Oh no!
Buttons and bread.
Okay. Oh, damn it. Yeah, no. Yes, I hit you somehow.
Shiki's too old, man. It's so rough.
That's see, like, comparing the Shiki to this, even, like,
Oh, God, yeah, the Shiki.
I think the Shiki's better.
Like, it doesn't need that transform. It's just there to be the anti-trans. Like, fuck y'all, man. It just fucks up people really bad.
It's like you just wait the last second. Oh, this is gonna hurt. Save me!
No,
save me! You saved me!
I just can't boost. I don't know why I can't boost. Okay, now I can boost.
My hero! Oh gosh, no! Oh, that's the worst. Oh wow!
Oh, the elevation! I hate these hills, dude. These soft rolling hills.
Dude.
Fuck me every time.
So when stuff like that happens, you kind of down the inside because because that. Like, I was so close, you could have legit just tapped me on the foot and I should have died.
On the pinky toe.
But, like, when you have was that your forward slash or your down slash?
Yeah, that's my neutral.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Yeah. I just got lucky. The elevation's really,
if I down swung, I might have made it in time, but it was between that and the landing animation, like, maybe.
Yeah.
But yeah, like if that was a regular Fetty swing or even it's like a axe swing, that probably would have did it.
Wow, you actually can. Wow, I wonder what the actual stagger ratio on that is.
It's 8% per shot.
Oh, it is? Oh man, that really sucks. So then Gustav did some work.
Oh shit, oh fuck. Hey, stop.
You know, so it was unfortunate because I really felt like I could not see you through that smoke. That happened very briefly. Yeah, I was like, okay, that's just
being on the verge of death saved me. Apparently. Oh shit.
Okay, we're like full on mosh pitting down here.
I also kind of want them to get this bird line for shits.
Oh yes, please.
Oh my god, that'd be amazing.
Don't you do it! Don't you do it!
Oh gosh.
Get that ass.
No. Oh, like that hitbox, like.
Oh man.
Gotta love all these fancy wing binders, dude.
Oh my gosh.
So here's my 2 questions. I guess first, do you think you'd prefer to just play the Hammurabi over this suit?
Did I pull the Hammurabi? I don't even think I pulled that. I'm pretty sure I didn't pull that. That came out. Yeah, no, I didn't pull the Hammurabi. I said Harambe.
Part of me feels like the extra survivability of this suit isn't really enough, and the output on the Hammurabi is definitely higher.
Oh yeah.
So I definitely wouldn't be opposed to it. It's nice to have an instant stun. I kind of wish they would have gave it the Zeta rifle and made it blue with the beam just to make it a little bit different. More different. But the Shiki rifle is really nice. Shiki rifle's always been really good. That shit slaps. It's got good range. It's very reliable.
Oh, force injector. That was supposed to be a dodge roll.
Oh, what do you mean? What do you mean? You weren't even at the right angle. Don't you give me that video game?
Just the right angle.
But,
Gotta say, for as much as you're kind of mad on those on those waist rifles, they're actually coming in clutch for you a lot.
Yeah, they are. I mean, I'm good with shooty stuff, so I naturally kind of gravitate to actually using them.
Magnum in
But-
his M. Ew.
But
Quick. Here, Magnum. Let me just light you up real quick with the shoulder guns. Yeah, so that's
So,
a stagger. Why did it
yeah,
knock you out?
How m-
well,
like,
because
you-
the thing is, Gustav, like, okay, now you
Oh,
shoot
did
me.
Gustav hit you beforehand?
Yeah, Gustav
Oh, no.
definitely shot me with something beforehand.
No, because it's the
Oh, okay.
when you're in transformation mode, they alternate instead of shooting at the same time, so it gives you extra burst down and those stun.
Yeah, but he knocked me out of the sky
knock you out
after
either.
you shot me. Like you shot me with the you shot me with like your main gun while I was flying, and then he staggered me while I was flying with
I see.
the waist beams. Yeah.
But yeah, technically, if you were dogfighting, you could actually knock someone out with that burst.
Oh yeah.
Hit him with it all, which is neat.
Into transform mode?
Yeah.
Yeah, like so that's the combo for transform is you do I did it backwards when I was approaching you.
Pew!
So like you do the pew 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 stagger and then the main gun and then wave rider into them.
People are doing, and this is an interesting thing
Hey, I
about
got my gold
having
crate this
both transformation and air control. People are starting to do stuff where they're transforming, nailing people with like a burst into the knockover with the like collision. They're de-transforming, boosting backwards because they can do it in the air to redirect themselves, and then just shooting with their main gun. Like you can do a lot of like weird combos like that.
Ooh, yeah, that's crazy actually. So yeah, you do the
Because
pew
you
pew
can
pew
actually
pew
transform,
bump.
transform, and transform again. That's something that people don't do a lot because it puts you at risk. But if you're in the right position, you can actually do that.
Yeah, pew 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 bump. Transform back, pew with main gun for another stagger. Like if you're on a support, then just melee them to death, shoot them again, and then yeet out. Peace.
That's
Like
actually
what?
some. That's. I like that. I like that kind of stuff when people come up with crazy shenanigans and chains like that. But I do feel like those hip lasers need to punch a little bit harder though. Like something.
Or stagger. Like
Yeah.
they need if you have to stand still, they either need to stagger if you hit all the shots, or just hit harder. Like they definitely need that, or they need to just give it another dodge roll and just leave them as they are, and I'll accept that too.
How do you
But it-
guys?
Like athlete stacks up against
So,
this thing because they got it.
If
what it is.
if we're comparing this to other raids, how do you feel comparing it to the Kaplant?
Personally, I think the Kaplant is kind of meh.
I suck with the complaint.
Good plans.
I've seen really sweaty complaints, and I'm pretty sure those guys are looking at this like licking their lips and going bueno. And they're just-
Yeah, probably.
Yes.
But like top
Put it
tier is
this way,
definitely the
the
Hammurabi.
first match that I was in this thing, it was an ace match on Abandoned City, and we had several A1s. None of them became the ace. You know who the ace was on the enemy? A fucking complaint.
Plant.
Yeah. Yeah, I would say the Kaplant is better.
You just hear the complaint screaming in the background, and then it just hauls ass when it's down. So like, what?
Yeah.
For real though.
Did I pull? Oh nope, don't think I did. Yeah, I didn't pull that bad boy.
I got a Kaplant on my alt, I think, but I got a Hammurabi on here.
You got it. It's
I
nice.
I think I got a Hammurabi on my alternate. I got good plant. I got at least one good plant on my main account, and I know I got both of them on the Japanese account.
I mean, my personal favorite is the GPO2 beam bazooka, but I'm just that guy. But I will say I still think Hammurabi is still definitely up here. This just feels like Hammurabi with a few different less weapons and well, not another dodge roll and more tanky, I guess. And then you got the Kaplant.
I was looking at the Kaplant kit. Sorry, go ahead. Before I say this, I want to make sure I got it right.
Okay. Well, I mean, the last thing I was going to say was just Kaplant I think is a little bit higher than what this is, though. But I still think Hammurabi is still the the king of the mountain as far as
Yeah.
raids go.
Ravi
okay.
came in and ruined a lot of good plant players' lives, and the only ones that you see in there now are like super sweat lords.
Yeah.
I'm interested because I'm really interested to try this bad boy now. Maybe I
One
shall.
more game. One more game.
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
I'll say this though, I think the Zeta Plus feels a lot like I get the same feel from the Zeta Plus that I get from the Gundam Mark III. You know,
I can see that.
I don't think the suit is bad. You know, if anything, I would say like it came from the same bizarro CBO2 universe land where they release balanced mobile suits. And I think like as far as like that stuff goes, you know, in a vacuum where like the suits in the game were similar in power level to that, I think it'd be okay. But just when you have a like a precedent set by suits like Dika Plant, which has offensive system, this suit does not. The Hammurabi is, in my opinion, much more capable in the air. You lose that instant gratification stagger, but I mean, if you're playing it right, you have a full charge ready to go anyway, and you can still do the same setup Magnum was talking about, but better because you have the Sea Serpent. So you have a knee stagger, so there's no chance they're getting away. The melee's more punishing. You trade off a little bit of defense. I don't know. That's kind of what that's one of the reasons why I feel like it needs to have one less star. Because even its kit has a lot of things that you know, I feel like are standard across the board for raids. Maneuver armor, especially at its cost. Which raids that are native 600 and up don't transform? And like I mean new release. It's not like levels added into it. So like the GPO2 wouldn't be a thing.
I mean, that's Hammurabi. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay, so like
that's our
in that case, most of them transform. Most of them have like they all have maneuver armor. They all like they all have a dodge roll, except for like maybe
Double.
the Bolanoke. Yeah. This
Oh no,
Bolanoke's
not even. Bolanoke's not even in this.
It's too low, right? It's like
literally the only native. This is literally the second native 600 raid that we've got.
Yep.
We have no native
We have no
650.
Yep.
And we finally got our first native 600 support as well with the Hama.
Because I mean, I think I'd feel better about it if it was 2-star. Even though I don't know, in some cases they have some 2-stars that are bonkers, so it's kind of hard to base rarity off of like you know how good a suit is. You know, just looking at the Gelgug Jaeger as an example, but I don't know. Just like stat wise, for instance, the well, maybe let's get into something that we're going to talk about later. But it's
I mean, making it
comparable
to
like even the Kaplan.
Upgrade.
Well, here's what. Actually, what were you saying we were going to talk about later exactly?
Oh, I didn't know if you were going to like talk like you were talking about at the beginning, but I didn't know if we were going to mention the whole like discrepancy between like mobile suits at the like similar cost and same rarity. And I think the A+ is a really good example of a suit that has kind of like a skewed power level. Because I mean, in my opinion, with I mean, this could just be my idea of how the raid playstyle works. Raids need to come in hot and either go down a blaze of glory, taking the support with them, or go in hot and get out fast. Because all raids have to face the problem of being target number 1 in a game type where over half the room does bonus damage to you. And everybody's always looking at you, including your own teammates, so they can shoot you in the back, claiming they're going to help you.
And some suits have the same priority.
Well, and then, so here's the other thing. As far as this suit in particular, though, I will say I think what they've done is they traded off, you know, the offensive system, the damage for, and I will say on paper, it looks amazing. But in actual practice, again, where you have, you know, if a team's actually working together and you're on their support and they're going to turn, you kind of have to do your job quickly or have something that allows you to just knock over the entire team. I'm looking at the GPO2, for instance, which is the other suit that I would compare being tanky like this. And in its shield, you have the same health as this whole suit's entire health bar.
Yep.
But also, what I never really noticed, And then the shield actually acts as your downswing too, so anything you bump into is just like knocked over. But one thing I didn't really pay attention to on the GPO2, and then until I started doing mix-up and started trying to do a defensive setup with it, is that it actually has 24 in all of its resist across the board. At 550, that's pretty nice actually. And then so at 600, it should go up to 26, and then at 650, if we get one, it should go up to 28 across the board. So then, if you take the part slots that it has, it's actually going to have quite a bit of defense that it can throw on. I mean, it already can. So you can actually put all of those stats up pretty well and actually have a pretty tanky suit, and you have a 20k shield. So effectively, if you use your shield, which I feel like if you're playing the GPO2 beam bazooka, your shield should be blown up by the time you're done, because you have so much maneuverability. You should be bouncing around to where they're hitting your shield more than they're actually hitting you, because you should be able to maneuver that much.
How is BB's thruster gauge? Oh, this is completely random, but
I do have one thruster part on. I have level 3, and it's 86, so it's 75 to begin with.
I
okay.
So
know it's level 4 for 87 just to make sure.
Oh yeah. If I had the level 4, I don't have that yet. 280,000 DP.
Yep.
And I was like, oh, I better use this. By the way, just on a side note, better use the event where we're getting double the stuff in the hangar. So let's go modify some stuff. Wait, what should I modify? Oh yeah, my main suit's the Dawn Barrage. Let's go. Oh, they're all. I now got the level 3. Oh, they're all 3-star. Oh, it takes 360,000 DP just to get each of them. Oh no, I can only do 2. I can't even upgrade all 3 of them.
Gross.
Oh, I was kind of pissed. I'm like, okay, well, we got to grind out before the end of the event. We got to grind out like another 200,000 DP just because I bought defensive parts too. So it's like, I got to grind out another 200,000 just to be able to upgrade all my Dawn Barrages before the end of the thing, and I'm gonna have them fully upgraded because I have to have my main suit as fully upgraded, and the MLRS doesn't need it. So, so I'll leave it maxed out without upgrading it. But anyway, that's beside the point. The main thing though is, as far as a defensive disruptive raid, I think the beam bazooka is the example of that. And it has maneuver armor 2, it has force ejector 2, it has the normal stuff, but it doesn't have really anything else that is gonna really give it. It's just your generic raid. And I kind of feel like this is the same thing, only instead of having a giant shield, they just gave it a ton of health. And I mean, it has a ton of health for a raid, and its frame is kind of small for a raid as well. So, you got the Zeta-size suit that has a crap ton of health, and you can get 50 beam res and almost 50 melee res. I mean, you could if I just put the melee res parts on it instead. I could have it to 50 as well, but I don't want to. Got a little more damage on it and a little more shield health. But I could just trade those 2 parts out and have 50 melee res as well. And the thing is, I think that's what they went with, but I don't think it can do the same job disrupting like the beam bazooka can. And I think therein lies the problem. So
that too, and like I feel like what you're talking about is only really applicable in a like 1v1.5 situation, which is what most raids start in. Because like, are you looking at the scenario where like you're fighting the support and a general trying to shoot you in the back or something to peel you off? Because I mean, as soon as that half turns into 2, your defenses don't mean anything, and you just die just as fast as anybody else. It's kind of like my fear for the suit, because I have a defensive build on it too, because I want to build it like the Zeta, but like kind of like you're saying, where the GPO2 has the giant shield that acts as a sponge. Because I will say that's probably one of the few shields in the game that is most upside. Since there's so much HP, it's not just gonna die immediately. But I don't know. I feel like some of the trade-offs just aren't really worth the thing.
Yeah.
But what to see though, this is one of the few like you're saying, defensive raids. They're also hyper aggressive for the most part, or intended to be hyper aggressive. Because I don't think the damage output for melee is bad. I just think everything else feels lackluster in that regard. In comparison to other suits, I should say. So I will fill you with that. Like, I wasn't really looking at the defensive side of it when I was originally evaluating the suit. But I don't know. I wonder. What to see. I like to
So-
see some play for more.
Yeah, I definitely want to see it being used some more. And like, I unfortunately haven't played it myself, but I see lately the past couple of suits and raids, and when you're in the A rank or when you're playing 600 and 650, a lot of the times you're dealing with 3 to 4 generals. And being a raid is always tricky, even if it's 4-1 and their one being support, 4 generals. Like Emblem was saying, you're going to roll up on the support and you may be able to, kill them in a combo, but you're going to be swarmed with 2 to 3 generals. So at that point, it's like, do you have the capabilities to either withstand 2 combos from 2 generals or escape? I feel some of these raid suits now are kind of. So when I was talking about variety, I think it'll be really neat if some of these raid suits will become more tanky. I think certain suits are like. Let's use a very early example. Instead of MLRS or BB, was it GM Guard Custom? He has a huge shield, dude. And if you lay down on that, you're done. And people just underestimate that suit. And I would like to see more raids being able to survive against, onslaught generals. But I don't know if that goes like, is the mechanic of the game busted, or we're just playing it differently how they anticipated? Because a couple of months back they did essentially buff like almost every raid, and we're still having a very similar problem that we had before. So I mean, like, something's not right regardless, because you go in a room and ideally I used to do like to be 2-2-1 versus 3-2-1, and now it's just like, if you can go in a room and not roll with the raid, I think something's kind of wrong. So raids altogether, they kind of need bumped up.
Especially happening for even clan matches. Like, the only reason people are putting in raids at all is just in case, especially for high cost, just in case there's a MLRS. If that's not present, or if that's not even at that cost range, then it's all general.
Yeah, which sucks.
I wanted to add too, what you were saying. I think problem with what you were talking about is that, like, battle operation is so, like, free with the skills that they give out that they're all watered down. Because if they kept some of those abilities more exclusive, they could make them a lot better. Take, for instance, like you mentioned, the guard custom. I really like the guard custom. Show the shoulders really fast when you close in with melee. It's pretty much like the damage on that thing in melee is comparable to the Hambrabi. Like, if you catch a support and you're in melee range with them, they're dead. The only problem is, like, getting through, like, the shotguns or whatever else, like cold districts for that matter. It has protective abilities, and I don't know. I still personally think that the actual stagger build-up resistance skills that it has are either not working properly or are so low that it doesn't change anything. Because it feels like the stagger build-up, at least on level 1, and honestly, it feels like level 2 as well, but that's neither here nor there, are not even really protecting me. What's that, Magnum?
I've got a theory on that. I'm actually pulling up the guard custom right now.
For sure.
I think if you're getting shot in the shield, I wonder if
it's normal as opposed to.
Yeah, I've been wondering. It has damage level 1.
That could be a thing.
That is true.
I mean, you have to be shot as a mobile suit.
Yeah.
Well, that's interesting. I didn't really consider
that. If that's the case, then that's a shortcut on. That's a shortcoming on their end. Like, they should have applied that to the shield as well.
But maneuver has the same problem though, because maneuver armor doesn't increase your stagger threshold. It just makes you resistant to stuns. And I think they should take maneuver armor off of more generals, except for things like the FS that don't have a dodge roll, and make it more raid exclusives and actually add an increase to the stagger threshold. And that would make a ton of raids more defensible. It probably wouldn't solve the problem that you're talking about, but I just think, like, they're a bit too, like, I don't know.
It would make people approach it differently for sure.
Yeah, no, you're right. Because, like, look at support. Supports usually have, like, specific traits and abilities that's like when you hear this, you're like, oh, that's a support. But when you hear a suit, and it's like, man, like when a suit drops out, you can look at the video and be like, that's a support. I know that's a support. But like when it drops, it's like, is it a general or is it a raid? And at that point, it's just like, okay, so I guess pretty much
Unless
like
it's a support.
yeah. But it's like you have these raids with that kit, and I'm just thinking about it. It's just like maybe they should revisit some of these skills because, if a general has 80%, 80 to 90% of all the skills a raid has, at that point, what is this worth? Especially if it has maneuverable armor. So I'd take a step back. That'll cause them to do a lot of overhaul, but is it worth it? Maybe, I don't know. But come and cost $650 and $700. That shit's going to change. I think the shit's going to change come $700 because we're going to have some busted
I
suits.
hope so.
We're going to have some busted suits. $700.
Oh yeah, for real.
Oh yeah, in that case, for sure.
But here's a question though. Well, before I get to that, the other thing too, I don't know if you noticed when they made a post about it, but in that raid, when they buffed all the raids, down toward the bottom, they said that they were thinking about reducing the advantage and disadvantage of being raid general and support at certain costs. So I wonder if we're going to start seeing that, or if they're, like if we get the next balance patch, if they actually start implementing that, because
It's already
leading
in
in.
Magnum. It's locked it behind
Yeah.
a hangar. Remember?
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, that's right. Oh no.
And that's something
Sorry,
that
I'm
we talked
referring to,
about in a more
uh,
extreme manner, like a long time ago, of them just like unifying all those classes and just being like everything's general, and then just having different skills and attributes, which they could very easily do, while still locking it behind those hangar upgrades.
Yeah, it's just a problem of generals are too good at everything. All the other classes have to have a trade-off, but they release generals, and there's like no downside. It's just the dumbest thing ever. That's why there's
Yeah.
over half of the team comprised.
There's
of
no
women, for the
master
most
of
part.
none for the jack of all trades, and it's just
Yeah.
So
Like,
here's
there's
the
very
question
few
then:
examples.
would this be better as a general?
yeah.
I think a lot of people would say yeah. I hate to say yes, but it would definitely be a better general at this point for what
And
we're
like,
looking for.
and
in a
Oh,
raid.
man.
priority wouldn't even be out of place, considering some of the other generals that do have that, and they probably shouldn't.
For real though, one of the things,
TJ
one of
put
the
a shotgun,
comments,
I mean,
one of the comments was like, if this was, yeah, right. Like if somebody was like, if this was a general, this would be the Mark II of 600 and 650.
No,
Yeah.
no,
Like-
so
sure.
Like a Mark II that can fly, like fuck off. That's all. Ridiculous.
someone just said that cough cough Mach 2. I was like,
Yeah, absolutely.
So
Yeah.
that suit is. I still don't care what no one says. That suit is just a staple good general. Like, fight me. I'm just saying.
I mean, that's not the problem. Is that it's been that way for like half a year.
It's the best raid in the game, right?
Yeah.
It's literally a raid. The multipliers are insane. That melee strength is up there. Like, it's got 3 priority. It can do air control shit and just pretty much hover over your head and then smack you upside the face. It's ridiculous.
I love it. Love it.
For real though, when they with the Mark II, when the Shiki first dropped before they buffed it, I remember getting hit from the Shiki, and I was like, wait, I just noticed something, guys. The Mark II
It's harder.
does more damage to me with its melee than the Shiki does.
Here's
What?
the fucking thing, like, the other thing is that, like, when I saw the Humbrabi, it had air control and it was doing crazy boosting stuff, it was just like, I've seen this somewhere before. Oh no, the Mark II did it first. Shit.
Oh, yeah, right.
PTSD.
Some of the new type Mark II players, though, like it's a simple suit, but like some of them though that can really get that boost going with the force injector and do it proper.
It's
Like
that
they'll
thing that lets them focus on the crazy shit, though. Because they know
Yeah.
stuff's gonna work reliably.
yeah, so they'll like beam you, hit you twice with the melee, so you get staggered again. This is from support standpoint, so you don't, or a raid that doesn't have a dodge roll.
Second main gun.
Oh yeah, the Vulcans are crazy on that thing. But like they'll main beam you, swap melee you twice, either re-stagger you or whatever. Then they'll swap to their birdlime or sealant or whatever it is, and then but they're dashing every time pretty much in between all this, and then then they melee you twice again, then dash back, beam you one more time, and then melee you and knock you down, and then finally finish you off. And it's like, I can't do anything. So yeah, I've been one comboed by like some crazy Mark II players, and it's just like, please let me just tackle. I'm a support. Help. this billing should only be for the raid. This should be only for raid stuff. What is this thing on me? But yeah, I've seen some Zeta players do the same thing. But
Why did I lose my long beam saver on my Zeta Plus?
yeah,
I
that
think
too.
It would be fine if I had 2 melees, by the way. Like,
Ridiculous.
if I had 2 primaries.
Yeah, that's what it needs. For real. It just needs the Zeta beam rifle, and we in there. It's good.
But my lore.
Oof.
Oh, Asian Noob somehow just raided me. He's like, oh shit, it's Vion. Where in the world did he go?
What's up, bro? How you
It's
doing,
been
Asian
back.
Noob? I've always been here. I'm always watching from the shadows.
He misses
Oh,
you.
where have
dude.
you been?
I haven't seen him so long.
I miss you too, bro.
I don't know if you know his name changed, but Time Lord also says, hey.
Vion.
Yeah, I saw that. I don't know why his name changed. I know if there's some Trails of Cold Steel reference that was above my head, or like what?
No, it's just Asnable Z. So I think it's like Char Asnable. I think,
Oh,
unless
okay.
it is a different reference, but
Oh,
yeah, he
fight.
says hey
That's
too.
fine.
He was
Let's already have one fight.
he mentioned you played Gunbreaker 3
Yeah.
with him. So,
Oh, yeah.
but anyway, let's do one more game, and then we'll move on. Final thoughts on the Zeta Plus though, and then we can talk about the next thing at the same time we play.
Solid 2-star.
I like the only reason I did the step up because it was cheap and it was a good deal. I didn't do it because I wanted the suit.
Oh yeah.
So
Yeah, that's
I'm
real.
not like it. Put like this: if it were to come in the recycle shop in like a month and a half, I'd still be on the fence of getting it. I'm sorry. I have other raids I prefer playing.
That's true. Like, I got the Humbrabi on my alt account, and I kind of want to see how it stacks up because I got the A1 on there too. I'll probably end up just picking out the Humbrabi, to be honest. Just because I feel like I have more to do on the ground. Like, when I hit the land, because of that cable and stuff, like, that's really nice. But this is a good introduction to that kind of movement, especially if you've never gotten the Zeta and stuff. Like, it's very capable still.
I would have to say I like
Get the Grappa Air Force logo.
I like the 650 version. 600 I'm probably still going to play the Hammurabi, but at 650 with all the defenses, I find it does pretty well against the mountain of Cubulays whenever I actually have a game where it has that many Cubulays in it. The other thing, I would say that it needs either double dodge roll, a bit more damage, or some other skill that I forgot now. I forgot what the third thing was, but yeah, it needs one thing to kind of bump it up, I think. So either beam damage specifically is when I say damage.
Oh no! Roll! Oh,
Nice.
yeah.
How about Daddy Zeta? He's better at most things. He just can't roll too good.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
like, oh
he
my
needs a little
back.
bit of- He needs a
He
little
can't
bit of
fly
help
too
getting
good.
over.
He's old.
You can't fly.
He's got some kinks in his joints. He's like, oh, hold on. Ugh.
Yeah.
That back binder's in the way. That's all.
Oh, son, it let me. I'm out. No.
Hey.
Bro, you walked into my suit. Okay, that was that's all. That's an recall situation.
Oh,
You locked me in.
you guys griefing over there? Cut it out.
Oh no. No. If we were
I
griefing,
was
then I would leave his suit at 1 health. That's the real griefing play. But yeah, I think it needs like one more thing, and I think it would be fine. Because I don't think the defensive gimmick that they're going with is what it really needs. And why do I have a thing that says speed up all the time?
Fast, bud.
Are your what suit are you using right now?
I'm using the
Your
new
shield's
suit.
broken, Magnum.
Oh, my shield's broken. Okay.
You broke it.
Yeah. Get that.
But yeah.
push.
Oh, and also the Vulcans are just kind of meh, I guess.
Magnum,
But-
let's go in Wave Rider mode.
Oh yeah. Give it the
I'll-
Zeta's beam rifle. That was my other one.
Vion, Asian's asking about your shirt.
Oh, do you want to see my shirt? Okay.
You got those when they were on sale online, right? I think there was a bunch of those. I don't
So-
know when this was.
Fun
Dude,
fact.
that's legit.
Yeah, because I don't live near a Uniqlo, and of course, the last time I went to one, it was a couple of weeks because I was in California for like E3 or whatever, and it was a couple weeks before the collab or the sale started with Gundam, and I was so mad. So I was like, screw it. So I had to just wait till it come out.
Oh. Oh my god, there's so many bungus
Oh.
in that.
I didn't think it would
Go
reach.
Downtime, Magnum.
I'm not.
It would reach.
I'm not a raid.
Reach is garbage.
Come here.
That thing's reach is broken.
That's ridiculous, but I love it.
Like that wasn't even just the tip. That was like the
The
Tip
tip
side
of air from the
Oh,
tip.
no.
That was like the tip of air from the
Got
tip.
the ready up on that spear
Oh,
when you get hit.
so-
with
Tackle, yeah.
I'm going to say that there's been a lot of times I've been bullshitted out by the tackle. Like, I was like, dude, I tackled.
Yes.
Or, like, I wish they kind of changed the, how that works, I guess. I don't know. How it registers. Because there's times that you go to tackle, but you die before the counter goes off. And I'm like, but my animation, I was in the, okay, whatever.
Yeah, that one's always a bummer.
It's like you're going to have to take HP for this counter. I mean, it would be busted if you could keep spamming it. But at the same time, it's like, you know, you should be able to punish people.
Yeah, I mean, they let other
And then in chat, oh, I've heard this
never
before.
talk about it.
Oof. If I would, if
Oh.
any of us, alone, would make a montage of the bullshit that we've experienced, may it be elevated angles missing our neutrals, or
God.
tackle latency issues.
Oh no! I've already been working on one. I've also
hour-long
been
movie.
working on my. Yeah, I'm already there. I've just got like it's just gonna be a loop of different things. Ugh. That's gonna be one stream. Like, if I can't stream that day or something, I'm just gonna put that on. Just loop it for like 3 or 4 hours.
Mhm.
Just bad things.
Just a picture of your couch there.
Yeah. It'll be the couch stream. It'll be the other couch stream. There we go.
You gotta use that as like an Adult Swim like transition. Just have like the guys talking over the couch. It's just the couch talking to the audience.
So, you douche.
Oh god. Who told you to go call the manager? You fucking no.
Oh, what happened? What happened? But Magnum, I guess Magnum
Yep.
strike. That is,
Oh my
man, that's some
God.
bad 2v2 form, bro.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm
Come
sorry.
on,
It's just
dude.
habit.
Oh my
It's
God.
habit.
You fucker.
Mind your
I need to
head.
bomb your base
You
here.
didn't even
Mind
do
your
that, bro. You just said it happened.
Mind your heads. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't even pay attention to what. It's habit. I'm sorry.
Hit him, hit him.
Don't you do it. Don't you do it. Stop. Leave me alone.
Too bad. My melee range is Okay, but anyway, guys.
I need to switch back. Fuck.
While I'm standing back up,
You're ready. The time is.
the next we kind of mentioned it when you were talking about the step up, but what the question mark stuff.
There's a downswing there.
So the 5th week, please don't hit me.
Hit
I'm
him.
moving an arrow.
Oh, that shield.
Okay, but the ramming number 2, go. Oh, I hit a shield.
Oh my god.
I actually forgot that I could transform. That's
Okay,
all
that
I
is cool. I love the
No.
boosting in the air afterwards, though.
Wait,
Thanks for mentioning
you
that. That,
did
like,
it. Oh.
that just changes my entire outlook on flying suits now, realizing the flight system so you can boost in the air. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh, it's so good.
Because remember, we made such a big deal about it when Stardust Memory Seats could do it.
Yeah.
That's like actually a big deal.
Ah!
Bruh. I could have sworn you did the swing. Ah, my money
That was
back.
host advantage. That was host
I
advantage.
was like,
1000%.
Oh yeah, that was friendly fire.
oh man.
Oh my god, with these studs. Oh. Oh. Fuck. Here's one thing I didn't
Love
think
your
about
pain
for
town
this.
now.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the pain dimension. Shit. That's one thing I didn't know about the Ghastly is that his shoulders don't have multiple shots. You do it once when you're on the ground and that's it.
Mm.
Yeah.
Instant stun though, so that's not too bad. But definitely something to keep in mind.
Oops.
Okay, but anyway, so the question mark stuff. So we got tokens.
Hey!
I mean, that was my guess that we were gonna get tokens because I had like no clue what else they could give us that would be, you know,
Mind blowing.
good enough.
Scenario? Yeah.
Like, I mean, we already had everything else, right? So they pretty much, that's the only like logical thing that they could give us that, you know. I mean, the other thing was like, could they just give us a bunch of parts?
Yeah.
I think that would be really cool. But again, that would be more for new players, and they were trying to make a big deal about this. So
For everybody.
yeah, so tokens cool. I mean,
Wasn't that
with
true?
a half off step up, I'm just saying.
See, that was the thing, right? Like, that had nothing to do with that extra container, but that made the actual container worth it and really cool.
Hold on. See, we were just talking about that, man. Someone, let me just dodge and die. I'm like, bro, the whole purpose of dodging. It's just like.
Yep, dodging and seal your fate in this game.
Would you get that death camera when you're rolling away?
Oh yeah.
You rolling away? Yes.
Oh, I love being a tank, and you just like go off into oblivion as you explode.
It's
That
hilarious.
was pretty good
bro.
too. The floaty suits doing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just had to laugh too because I could tell what was going on that side. Brian mid dodge roll is the worst.
It's just like,
I think the saddest stuff like that. Have you ever died activating exams?
get.
Like
No,
it's
for
the
real though.
worst. Like
Okay.
it's so sad because the exam logo's there and it goes away and there's just a fucking crater. on it.
So I recently pulled Pale Rider Space and I took it out for a couple of matches. In one match specifically, I remember I popped Hades. I'm like, yo, this raid's gonna come around with his big old great sword. He's gonna swing. I'm a Hades punish. No, I was like Hades, and I die. I'm like,
It's like that one Bugs Bunny meme where it's just like,
ew. it's pretty oof. It's pretty oof. But I'm glad that they gave us 39 tokens because I didn't have to worry about getting that much more tokens through the full roll. So in terms of free stuff, I think the best bet is always give us tokens, as bad as it sounds. Don't give us suits because, like you said, a lot of people have been playing for a long time. We already have a lot of these suits. We get these recycle tickets over and over. And as us and even newer people, I think it'll be more beneficial and more impactful if they give us 39 tokens. Because tokens are something you don't have to spend as soon as you get it. You can save it up for the next banner. So that's why I appreciate it. Maybe in the future they could do, give everyone some more mechanic or recycle tickets instead of giving you the suits to give you recycle tickets. Like, was it the first or second week where they gave everyone like 200 of each of everything? And I was like, that's dope.
Third, but yeah.
Third? Yeah, but like,
I think it's third.
that was dope. That's the kind of stuff
Oh,
I
yeah.
like. I'd rather get that instead of log in. Be like, hey, you have 8 new suits, and we're like, all 4 of us are like, I already have these suits.
I mean, they did say at least like the second week's going to be for new people, kind of thing. So
Yeah.
there was at least that, but at the same time, it's like, yeah. Also, by the way, the amount of cost in the enhancement stuff or the modification shop is just dumb. Like,
I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys right now. I just now today actually used my first modification, and that was my GM Sniper Custom, because that's my love and joy. That's my love and joy. And I realized I should go ahead and take advantage of this event and use all my cycle tickets and all my mech kits, because I never do. I just always have something in the hangar, and I'm just like, oh, I guess I'll just put this suit in next. I never really think about it actively, you know.
Yeah, and that does end at the end of the event. So I'm pretty much gonna go ham and one day either on or off stream and just up everything I can. But I'm trying to play more suits that I really want, because again, you get the bonus. So like right now, my Dom Barrages, I've got over 300 games played on Dom Barrage. So all my Dom Barrages have the 28% now for great success, and I actually got 3 great successes in a row, and then a howling, and then then it was like 2 normal successes to finish off the 500 one. So that definitely helps. So yeah, but I mean, with the tokens and stuff, like this event's been pretty awesome.
What's up,
actually.
Europa?
Like 10 out of 10.
Generous.
This is
Yeah.
Gun
And-
About Operation
I
2.
would say, though,
It's a
on my
podcast with
end,
some
though,
cool
just in
kids.
that regard, I
So
personally like
you
it
can show
better
them some
when
love.
they give out mobile suits. I
They
think they should
really
give out
don't.
more meaningful mobile suits. Like battle operations really bad about giving out chat.
Yes.
Like that would be nice. Like, you know, give people DSs. You know, give them,
Oh yeah.
give them Blue Destiny units 2 and 3, stuff like that. Give newer players 650 cost like trainer suits that they can use in the game,
Yeah.
and like the game cost that they introduced in the event that they were using to try to bring players in to play the game. You know, it's just
Yeah.
stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like we now have good stuff, which I will say this event did good up to 450, but we have 4 costs above that. So
I mean, that's an
5
issue
costs
with
above
the
that.
DP shop too. Like it
Yeah.
only goes up to like 500.
It
and a lot of this
takes
stuff you got to
so
have
long.
ensign to
Mhm.
even get.
Yeah.
And you have to play at least, or at least you know, you
You
play a
gotta
little
roll
bit
hard.
of yeah. You gotta grind to get there, because that's like another wall for newer players to get in some of that stuff, which is kind of unfortunate. At the same time, I don't know. It's do you want new players jumping in with the most complex suits and like
Yes.
650?
They
rated?
need to understand the
Um,
reality.
I
Yeah.
totally agree, because I'll be honest with you guys, I'm mostly a rated player. Like I play rated matches like 95% of the time, and so when I go to a quick match, like custom match, I'm like, what do y'all do? What's going on?
Yeah.
I'm not saying that doesn't happen in rated, but I have like
It's very noticeable for sure,
Yeah,
especially
it
in
is.
like lower ratings.
and go to quick match and custom or whatever, and people get mad AFK, and I was like really,
I'm
guys?
surprised
You
when it
gotta
happens in
learn.
quick
Yeah.
match. Like get off your
Yeah.
try hard high horse,
Yeah.
man. Like,
Yeah.
come
What
on,
in the
bro.
world? Yeah, for real though. Like, where is that the AFK
Yeah.
coming from in
Man.
that? They're like,
Shit.
I just don't get it. So for anyone who's watching this with all of us here, if you're new to GBO2, more than enough information is from these guys, myself. Yo, if you got questions, ask. Don't be that guy who spams that one shortcut in the match, okay? The time it takes to send 3 spams is the time it takes for your ass to turn around and shoot an enemy. Just remember that. It ain't worth it. If you have a problem, make sure, like, if you guys ever been in matches, rated matches, especially when people like spam stuff. I'm sorry, I'm going off a tangent here, but like
No, that's fine.
people will spam stuff. I was like, instead of asking for help here like 7 times in a row, you could probably put a different auto word, but I need some help. Take out the support, or we got enemy near me, or something like that. Stealth unit. I mean, like, there's a lot of auto words. I don't use all mine. I have a lot up there, but yeah. What's up?
I just had to chime in because you said my trigger word in battle
Oh, yeah.
operation, which
Take the
was
support.
take the support.
Yes.
And it's just like, oh,
As the
Thank you.
raid main,
Thank
Maxi
you.
Tilt is on
Dude,
when they say that.
So
just
Oh,
like, God,
yeah,
bro,
so,
I'm trying
yeah.
to 5v1 them. What am I
Bruh,
supposed to do?
yeah, I know. Because when you're that single rate and they're like, kill the support, I'm like, dude, they have 3 generals. How about the support kill their generals? Like, that's the same thing going on. Like, you see, it's
oh
hard.
yeah, no,
like impact site, people like killing support. Bruh, do you want me to cross this ravine right now? Like, do you see this? Like,
hang on, real quick though, real
waiting
quick.
for me
You
to
said
go
take
and
the
mark
generals.
this
keys for your ass. Like, what the fuck do you need?
You said take
Yeah,
the generals
just
though.
like-
Hang on, I'm triggered now. Hang on, hang on. I heard
we
take the
gotta
generals.
support
Hold
the
up,
raid main over
hold
here.
up.
so when anyone
Take the melees.
So yeah, take them. When anyone ever says that, and you're playing the advantage role, I'm like, if you don't get out of my radar, dude, like, just go, just go do what you gotta do, bruh. And like, it hurts because I've felt, when new people come and just playing anything in general. Again, sorry, off topic. Where say you're a raid and you need to support, you got, or one instance was, Magnum, you're support, you're in an ace match, but you become an ace, you'd be like, oh my gosh, because it's a blessing and a curse. Because if your support isn't built for initiating or engaging first, you have to count on your teammates to be there beside you or in front of you. And a lot of times they'll be like waiting for it. I'm like, bruh, you see this HP? Like, I gotta stop to shoot. Can you guys just go in there and feed me? That's all you gotta do.
Yeah,
There's
just
a lot
hit
of
the bitch.
yeah, just hit them.
Well, like
The point of ace match was to prevent your ace from getting kills.
yeah, I was gonna say that.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
How many people do you know? Like, for real though, I've been looking at making a compilation of just having it on hand, because there's so many people who do not know how ace matches work.
Bruh, 3:30. I'm like, ace selection soon. I say that shit. The game says that shit, and I'm like, yo, 3
In
minutes
big
hit.
letters.
Ace can handle this. Ace can handle this. And I'm like, bro, let me back up. Let me not get killed. Let me not kill this person. I was just like, bro. And there was a match I had recently, speaking of ace matches, and it was a general who became an ace, and I think I was support. I don't remember what suit it was. Either way, and I was like, all right, cool. The ace was really low. He should have died, because I tell people, if you need to die before 3:01. Okay, you need to die probably around 3:15. Yeah, suicide if you have to. And it's amazing how some people just kill you right there. I'm like, no, I ain't killing you. You
In a
about to
video
learn
game.
today. Yeah, in a video game. Yeah. So, but anyway. It's funny because it was just the ace and he was low. I'm like, crap, he's going to get shot. So he went back to repair. I'm like, all right, cool. I'm with the ace. Everybody else are just fighting, bro. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, we don't need to be out here fighting. It's like 3-on-5. The ace is repairing. Like, what are y'all doing? And of course, these three die by the time he's done repairing. It's just me and him go out there and just be like, well, like we got a minute and a half left. We can't catch up because they fed the team 3 ace kills instead of following the ace. And the ace isn't always right, though. The ace isn't always right.
Sometimes aces just do dumb shit.
Yeah, aces do some real dumb shit. Like not watching. Yo, so if you're the ace and you have a supporting team, you better target the right people. And you better look through them walls, them life bars. There ain't no reason for you not to be going for that low HP bar. Just saying.
Well, again, I've had people tell me that they think that if they're the ace, they're supposed to kill the enemy ace.
No.
And no. I've had people not know that the ace gets 3 times the kills or 3 times the points on a kill that isn't the ace, and that if they just kill the ace, they get the same amount of points as anybody because an ace is worth 3 times the points. And there's people that don't know this, and the game doesn't actually tell you this though.
Yeah,
that's the problem.
Part of the fault of the tutorials. Like they gave them expanded stuff, and it wasn't enough because they weren't talking specifically about the modes. And that should have been something they did in the tutorials for sure.
I agree.
There's even people who don't know that you can destroy a base.
Yeah.
There's the bomb plant, but they don't know you can actually just shoot a base and kill it.
Yeah.
Especially now when it's a lot more easy.
If you watch Magnum stream, they'll find out in like 2 games.
Yeah, like
you can blow it up. Even on ground, man, I'm right there. I'm like, pew, 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 pew. Especially if I'm the Agu guy. If I'm ever in your game and it's 250 right now,
you ever wonder what that health
another
bar
one.
next to the actual base thing is? That's what it is.
It's probably me.
Another funny incident is when you're like, this is why I stopped running Pixie and Ace matches, because when you become the Ace and you're a stealth suit, your whole life is over, bro. You're like, you know what? Guess I'll die.
Nice stealth, bud.
So,
okay, personally, I don't think a raid should become the ace. So if I'm playing raid, I'm just knocking people over and doing whatever, and let the other people get the kills. I'll get them low and pray my team can do something. And then when it comes down to it, boom, I'm not the ace, and then I'm like, okay, now I'm going ham. That ace over there, he's mine. Everybody else do whatever.
Magnum,
I'm assassinating.
How's that possible? Your team never wants to not go hard until you're the ace and they're stealing all of your kills. So I mean, I just don't see how that's a thing.
Yeah, I mean it happens once every like 30 games, but you know that's the plan at least. That's the plan.
It's that same
I'll like
pocket
one
dimension.
kill.
Sometimes we just,
Yeah.
you know, mix thresholds.
Tetris
for a little
Farms
bit.
remembers. Man, but I mean, sometimes you have like I feel that this game you can have really good match, especially in Ace and the like, because you like some matches you like, damn, that was a good match. Damn, that was a good team.
Oh
like,
yeah,
even
and
if
that's
you
the shit that
lose,
keeps
it's
people
like,
playing for sure.
Yeah,
right?
you like that was some good synergy. I wish I could have that every game. But
sure.
some people don't always have that. Suit, it may be someone better with a suit, someone not better with a suit, but me half the time in rated, I'm like, look, all right, if I'm not dead set playing on my supports, I'll fill in whatever needs to be done. I'm confident I can pick at least one suit every type to help the team secure victory, but you know, yeah, the funnel
Nice.
queen.
By the way,
I have the star 650 here today. Don't mind me.
there we go. When did you start
Uh,
playing GBO2?
Me?
By the way, yeah.
When it came out in Japan.
Okay.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
been for a hot minute.
Yeah, I knew it was before I started playing. So I was just wondering if it was like day one or when.
Yeah, because I was
Beta.
playing the beta. I did
Nice.
videos and it was in Japanese. I was like, and I remember I made a video when it was announced to come out in like the Asia version in English. Like, it's better come out in English. Y'all need to download this game. Here's
Oh,
all the
yeah.
Japanese
That was a
game.
big deal.
Yeah, that was a
Okay, we're
huge
gonna get
deal.
English translations. Let's go.
And then when they announced it in the U.S., come
Oh,
on,
yeah.
y'all, because I know some of you guys been on the Gundam grind for a long time too.
Mhm.
But even
Back when it was
before-
all the moon runes.
yeah, and then even like, bro, I remember when freaking when Ifrit Not was the new hotness, when DS came out, when it was Blue Destiny was like the
Customs
main
and
banner
shit.
unit. I was like, dang, and then Alex came out. I was like, oh my
That
gosh.
was the only
this
time
is-
we ever had a double raid banner, I think,
Yeah.
too.
was
Never
just
did
like,
that
Double
shit again.
banner.
And then there was also there was an Ifrit banner, and I liked that banner because the pool 3 and 2 stars were like, I think they were all Ifrits.
Ooh.
And it was actually interesting. But yeah, I've been
They did some
playing
cool stuff
for a
back
minute.
then.
Yeah, they did. I
I
hope
wish they
they.
go back to that style. That's the one thing from the old days that they did really.
So can I
Yeah,
ask
Real-
you
real
all?
quick.
motivating that.
Oh, go ahead.
I just want to ask you all a quick question. This is random, but what is your favorite stage to play on? Just your favorite stage.
Mountain,
Mountain.
port base,
Port base.
either or.
Yeah.
Mountain and resource
Wait.
satellite.
Wait, did Nibbler just say port base? Hang on.
Yeah.
What?
You and
Yeah,
Emblem
I say
said
port base
port
right now.
base.
It's like port base and then like Arctic base, and then
Oh.
like mountain probably.
Arctic base is fun.
Well,
I mean,
Deserted
Arctic
City
base
was
is
the
fun,
before that.
but I
like
can't
Arctic
stand
base.
deserted.
I think it's a freaking mess, but I like it because it's at least, unless it's like some weird like off match nonsense, it's always a 5v5. I love
Yeah.
5v5s.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Your team has no choice but to be somewhere near
Yeah.
you.
Everyone's going to be seen.
Sometimes.
You're going to get got.
Yeah, you will be seen by the enemy team because you're the raid, and your team will be busy fighting the one guy that stays behind while everybody kicks you into the
Honestly,
ground.
though, yeah,
Yeah.
towards that end, the Arctic base drop was when the pain dimension became very clear.
I don't know about y'all. Y'all can hate me, but like, I love when people go right. If I'm running support, depending on what sword I'm using, I'm gonna punish the hell out of you coming around my corner. I'll hit at least 2 of y'all, and I get the hell out of there. But I was
Oh.
like, y'all got to watch going right all the time. I was like, so is this like seeing
Magnum
that happen
kept
so
doing
often,
that shit when we were practicing for clan matches. At the
I'm
time.
like, if
They just like stopped, like cold
Good.
stop on the bridge, and we're like, "What's up?"
Oh yeah, no. I'm like, okay, guys, here's the plan. I'm calling the shots. So follow me. We're going here. Okay, now fight them. And we're like, okay, we in there. You know, we're all doing the same play, so it's okay that time. And it's just like we break the meta up. Like that's like I can't stand these silly metas of the starting part of this, and I don't know how they've even started because they don't even seem that efficient to me.
They're not.
And,
it's not. It's always like.
And
go ahead.
Oh, well, I was gonna say like what you were saying with the support thing. I just stop MLRS, boom. Everybody comes around the corner. Okay, I did like 40k damage. Now you can kill me, but you're all at 2 health. I'm just gonna sit here and laugh.
Like I don't see it efficient because in some matches like that in Tropical Desert or whatever, where people like, and you guys may play it differently. Again, this is just how I roll. When people always rush to the top, people like, we gotta get there first. I'm like, okay, do we gotta get there first because you want to A, get that point, B, start fighting, or C, see what they have on their team. I'm like, look, I'm not all about rushing up there to get someone killed, especially if I main support. I want them to rush us so I can just bop them in the face. I'm just like, first thing I want to do is count who I see as soon as possible. So I'm like, all right, look, we got to worry about this raid or this general or this sniper's going to be, we got to shut this support down, not right now. But Arctic base, I don't understand. It's just like when you start, it's like, all right, guys, who's going to be the slowest one?
Oh yeah,
the slowest person.
And as a support guy, I'm always the slowest one. So I'm just like, okay, well, fine, you guys go. I got this. I'll 1v5. I got a shield. You know, like that's normally my plan. Is just like, I got a shield. This will keep me alive. Hopefully they'll make it back around. But also too, like with I think it was Arctic base that's done this though, because then Raptor Arctic base, then on the ruined city, everybody on the left side goes, meets up at the right side, captures the middle point at the Thunderdome, and then goes for the opponent's closest point. And I don't know why that became a meta for that too. And that's another one that's weird. So if you capture A or B and you're that one guy, you're about to get like dunked on by 5 people.
I feel your pain.
And then also, which you said on the desert, which I have to kind of, I like rushing the top because I feel like that's a King of the Hill map, right?
Yeah. Like
so
that's really early game meta, and that never.
So
because it was just so proven.
Yeah, and now it's rotate around it these days though, which is weird.
It's just it's like a different version of art base now.
Yeah, like you rotate around, go up the hill, and then fight.
You know what it is though, because people would go straight up, and then people who were posted up at the back lines would just plaster them in the fucking face.
Yeah, Unit
so like,
4
no, let's just go around instead now.
And Zox.
Unit 4, yeah.
I'm a side sniper on that map. For some reason, I always was it C, whatever has a point that has the arch over it.
And that was the early meta. People would do when people used to capture points a lot more. They'd go around the sides, and the supports would chill there, and they would like just harass people in the center. But once the center became like the King of the Hill thing, all that changed. And like normally now, those side points don't get picked up until like mid or towards the end of the match, when you just need somewhere else to be to not get clapped on the hill all the time.
I love clapping people from the side on the hill, and it works flawlessly because like the dune, I try not to go over the dune depending what support I'm rolling. But don't get me wrong, I love this. I love that match, but I would rather have my teammates going there first so I can see everything. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, be my bullet shield.
Here's $5. Go over to
support live. Let's go.
Support live.
Blues, do your job while I shoot you in the back.
Oh, Pierce? Ooh, I'm so sorry.
You shoot through him. You shoot through him, right? See, you're hitting the enemy.
That's high cost support play. Okay.
Instead of fall back, I'll overcost you. As fall back, I'll shoot you on the way out.
Gunner Gundam.
Yeah,
hey, let's go.
What do you think about the Gunner Gundam nerf? Just touching on that since you brought it up. Do you think it was necessary? I don't think it was.
I don't think it was because Gunner Gundam already suffers from a very small kit with a long heat overheat. That's why, legit, like when I first played with Gunner Gundam in Mudrock, I liked Gunner Gundam until I played Mudrock, and I was like, no, this is the way. This is the way for me.
Sure.
I gotta wonder who got hurt by Gunner Gundam. They keep picking at that.
Yeah, like
where did it touch you, dude? Like leave it alone.
It needs a buff now, for real. Yeah. I think it needs a buff again. It needs to go back to where it was. Also, the other thing too, I need to make a quick tips and tricks video about this, but just for anybody who doesn't know, the bar for your heat on your beam rifles, when it's blue, you won't overheat. When it's yellow, you will overheat.
Mm-hmm.
I had someone that I blew someone's mind with that comment here
Shit,
the other day. So I was just like, I got you, man. There you go.
So-
Now,
That is true.
don't get
They don't
the
do
side
heat
the
damage
side
on
funnels though. They where they shoot different times. You gotta actually figure out how far. You gotta figure that one out yourself, because it'll only show you one shot, and if they shoot 3 times, oops.
Yeah. But yeah, I feel bad for anyone who liked using Gunner before and now, because the nerf, I was like, it was unnecessary, dude. They did not need to touch that suit. They really didn't, because
It was so
what?
marginalized with this cost range too.
Yeah,
Like, they
it's what,
really went for it.
450. It starts at 450, right? Wow, let me see real quick.
400.
Yeah, 450.
400,
400.
450.
I think it's 400.
I think it's
It's
400.
To give it a level 2, I think it's just a 400 for a long time.
Yeah, and that was the thing. It was just
That's 400
400.
now, though, right?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, that's actually the first one I got, and I feel now with what we've got at 450 that it could just get bumped back up at 450 at least. Come on,
Right.
Yeah.
Just
No.
make it
especially if we get a level
That's the
3.
problem.
set up now.
That's just
four-
a problem, like we've said before. Them
Mhm.
balancing
Yeah.
suits based strictly on win percentage.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, it's winning a lot. It must be too strong. Like, well,
It's just
But it
unwinning
could just-
a lot.
And
Could
they
just be
don't
like the 3 sweaty people that play it, like
Right.
Don Barrage players.
They need to actually look into like the kit and why the suit's being used, because all it takes is one person to be like, "Oh, this meta is busted." Post a video on YouTube, and people are like, "Oh, I'm gonna do this," just like any other games that have some sort of meta.
Yeah, you always have
that's
the
all
guy
it
in the
takes,
comments that
you
like,
know?
just do this, lol. Like,
Yeah.
that's it. As you begrudgingly do it and find out that it.
Yo, is that a thing? Can you actually lock on to infiltrate people with the funnels?
Yeah. Were
Oh
you
yeah,
Yep.
oh yeah,
Yo,
War crimes.
what?
oh yeah,
No.
Don't
yeah.
look
War
at my
crimes,
war
man.
crimes. Don't look at my war crimes.
Like, see, the thing is, Zeong with the Zeong, like that's my favorite part about playing the Zeong in space, is because I can just destroy your base, and then if you try to go bomb my base, I'll just war crime you. It doesn't matter if you go hide in that little crevice. I penetrate the base,
That
so
is
I'm just like, oh, boom, locked on, and then you're just
awesome.
It's just that
I just-
thing from World of Tanks. It's just like penetration.
pretty much.
That is awesome.
Um,
I didn't know that.
Before we get back on topic, and by the way, anybody watching, this list of topics is more like guidelines, really. But
doing a good job when our tangents are battle op related. So I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. At least we're on battle up this time.
We're on brand today. Doing all right.
But yeah, the one thing you touched on was the quick commands and stuff to chat, quick chat, and one of my things, kind of touching on what you were saying, when I would like do coaching in like League of Legends, like the biggest thing I would say to people half the time is they would stop, they would type a thing,
Mm.
and then they would hit enter, and I'd be like, you missed like 5 CS, or you're jungling right now. You could have got 3 camps and ganked 2 people. You missed your chance because you stopped and typed. And that's like, anytime, I just wish they, like, as much as I like to have voice chat sometimes in games,
No.
or just having it, just having communication in general, I like it sometimes, but 99% of the time, I just wish all communication didn't exist.
Yeah, even tells at this point. Like, I don't want them. You're not telling me anything useful. It's mostly just
Take the support.
self-serving. Like,
I'm so glad you didn't say take the generals. I thought you were going to say take the generals. I was going to be like,
all right, I'm gonna use my
Emblem!
even beyond that, a lot of people just use them to be like very passive aggressive. Anyway,
Yeah, they
You're the
can
best. Or,
they can go
best.
somewhere
Great
else
job.
too.
good work when
great
you do
job.
something. It's
Good
like,
work.
yeah,
I was like, but you the one that died. What are you saying great work for?
I always say thanks. Every time they say you're the best, I'm like, thanks, man.
Oh man, I hate when I see that. It's don't be toxic, guys. It's a game. Have fun. Don't be a little piece of shit. All right. There's been people who were legit. They will go in the first minute and a half and the AFK because their feelings got hurt.
yeah.
Like, well, you just destroyed
that's
someone's
not
I
way.
hate that.
Like,
That's top rated in this game. They'll sit at the base as a pilot and be like, no.
They need
That's
a way
it.
to report players. They need a way to report players.
Yeah,
in
like
the game.
they try to do a little bit for the griefing because back in the day, if people were mad at you, they'd smack you the fuck around,
Dude,
and
I
they
hated
wouldn't get
that.
punished the entire match.
Yeah.
So they changed that, and even that sometimes doesn't work quite as intended. But
Hey,
they never really did more beyond it. Yeah, that one time you down swung your entire team and got yeeted.
Oh, okay, let's not bring that one up. I was about to say, I got
thought
a
you
clip
were
where I
gonna do it.
yeeted a troll.
Oh yeah, when you guys were trading blows, you kept
Well, no,
telling him to hit him again, and then
Well, see,
got
I
the
kept
last-
hitting the button. Yeah. So, like, if somebody's, like, meleeing you and being a dick, if they hit you 4 times, they get yeeted. So the thing is, if they hit you first, you just hit them
Yeah.
back. And then they're going to get yeeted first. So just make sure you don't hit another teammate by accident.
Yeah, some
Otherwise,
dude
then
kept
you're
trying
going
to
to
get
get
him
yeeted.
off the support button.
Okay, so here's what also get on my nerve. Done, and then we'll get back on topic. I promise. I
No, this is
promise.
fun.
when you're playing a support and you're doing what supports do, you watching the lane, you watching where people. You're like, you know this player's gonna come out here. Some random player comes and hits you in the back. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, I'm like, bro, I'm a support. I'm trying to pop this dude as soon as he come around. Oh, hey, look, the time it took for you to downswing me, get me out of my scope, he just ran out and runs the point. Thank you for your help. Like, don't be aggressive, guys. If you're not enjoying it that much, just exit the game so your team don't, lose ratings. Because, like, I'd rather have a 4v5 than have a 5v5 with a disgruntled teammate. Because you can win 4v5s. Like,
Yeah,
you can
just go chill with all guys
yeah.
or some shit.
Yeah,
You'll be alright.
but
I mean, the problem is they've probably already left 2 times already or something. Which now I don't think you can leave 2 times. I had a power outage and a internet spike one morning here like last week, and so hey, I saw that. But yeah, it gave me a penalty, and I was just like, oh no. But I knew it was coming when I logged back in. So, and then I got it. Actually, the good news was it was on my alt, so we in there. But I still had to get that off, and it was like 4 games before I could even like do anything. And so the penalties are rough. So people don't want to get that penalty. So they troll in whatever way they can. I feel like if you're in a pilot. Like what I think they should do is if you're out as a pilot and you don't hit another pilot or enemy mobile suit with like the rocket launcher or something, which I mean there's probably going to be some way to game it, of course, but they can just keep trying it. But if they do something like that to where like if you're out as a pilot for like 2 or 3 minutes and you haven't shot an enemy mobile suit kind of thing in 2 or 3 minutes, then you just get yeeted. So, I mean, again, there's probably going to be some way they can game it, but...
Like, the one exception they would have to make is if you're capturing points, so you just have one dude that's a globetrotter, essentially.
Yeah.
That just keeps taking points and doesn't do anything else.
But, I mean, they need to make it to where the person who wants to just
Or
dick
like,
around...
and, like, shoot somebody once, and like, oh, I'm good. What do you mean?
Yeah, that's the other thing, too. But at least if they're doing something, like, maybe they have to plant a bomb within 3 minutes, if you're going to be a pilot that long, right?
Mhm.
Or something. Then they go and they actually do something useful. The problem is then what they'll probably do is just be like, okay, fine, if you're going to make me do stuff, then I'm just going to yeet into the enemy team and give them points. Which I'm surprised we don't see more of that. It's kind of funny that we see the people AFK and dodge roll in a corner, then just feed the enemy points when they're already tilted.
Yeah, because it's not helping their score any either.
So...
It's like, oh, I have less deaths. Yeah, but he also didn't, like, kill anybody. He didn't do anything.
yeah.
But, so that's a real hard one. But I'm kind of glad they're trying to do some extra stuff to, try to get rid of that.
Yeah.
But,
It's the same thing with this game, though. They just need to keep doing more. And thankfully, from what they were talking about in the, and I know this is had a little, but like, them talking about year 3 means that at least they got time to try to correct some of that.
yeah, we'll actually see that. Actually, I think that's up right now on the screen there. Hope you'll join us for a 3rd year. So,
Yeah, Tornado Gundam for next anniversary. Heck yeah.
yes!
You know what? I think we should do an event with that. Like, if that's actually going to be the last year, Just have it bring about
Oh,
the
you can
apocalypse,
fight
and we
against
all
turn
like,
A,
yeah,
you
we
have to
fight
raid
against the
boss.
turn A. Yep.
Don't
To try
say
to stop the apocalypse.
So, Gunpowder
Shit.
Operation 2 is doing very well. What'll happen after year 3? But,
Hopefully, Battle Ops 3.
yeah, not.
Two.
No. So, next. No, my guy.
Only it plays like GBO2. It's GBO2, but they call
No,
it.
Janky Gundam versus.
So,
Sorry,
next,
no.
the only cool thing
Hey,
about
Gundam
next.
Versus could use some help
was-
right now too.
was the
Anyway, with
suits
that
it
network
had in
stuff. Oof.
Yeah, because Next had cool suits, but like it was janky, it was laggy, and you can only play like 1 or 2 matches a day.
Mm-hmm.
Stamina
Like-
system sucked.
Yeah, it was like
free-to-play
the
stuff.
GBO1 had a
Moving
stamina
on
system,
console.
but yeah, GBO2 is working on the formula correctly. So hopefully they just work on to improve that.
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
They need to do non-UC GBO games that aren't Gundam Battle Operation Next. Like, when those people are like, where's my Barbados and where's my wing? Like, let's
Yeah.
make that game.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Mhm.
don't even get me started on crossovers, but
It's kind of fucked up because like we try. Like I wonder how many of them actually. Damn.
we lost you good
like-
stuff.
We lost you for a sec.
How many?
'cause,
Wonder how many
now
of them-
Now we have the answer, right? It should be Maxi Boost on for all that shit. Yeah, I
Yeah,
wonder how many of them actually stuck with that after that
see,
came out.
yeah,
Since
Maxi
that
Boost.
actually costs money and you have to be on Plus for it too, so it's not
Yeah.
successful either.
And it's like I think different people play Maxi Boost on versus Battle Operation 2.
Oh, yeah.
Because the speed in GBO2 is a little like slower than Maxi Boost on, so more people can play it.
It's cool to see the crossovers though,
so-
like players who are dedicated to one or the other come over.
Oh yeah, I
that's-
love seeing it.
Oh yeah.
Wh-
Top Gundam in the end, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, kind of bringing it back more on topic where we were talking about the question mark
Topic.
stuff. The the banner though. So we kind of already talked about the tokens. That's always cool. But the thing is, a half off. Like okay, so real quick, which we'll be talking about the Unit 4 and 5. But I was really scared because last week Lotus was saying that his guess was they were going to do another event suit with this banner for the step up, and it's like, oh no, I hope they don't. And not only did they not, but for me, this is a 10 out of 10 step up banner. Like, wow, well done.
Yeah.
39 tokens. That's step 1 and almost step 2. If you had saved up any last week, then you've definitely got step 2 already done, and then you just got to save up for step 3. And you might need to $10 worth of tokens or something if you haven't really put much money into it. So there you go, boom, and then you get another free 10 spin at the end. And I think this free 10 spin actually goes toward the suits in the current lottery and not the entire thing. And also, I believe this entire step up has a boost toward the it has a boost toward the Zeta Plus as well. So
I think agreeing. Like I told a lot of people, this is probably one of the best step ups I've seen in a while. Because first off, if you're new to the game or even if you're not a player, if you see a half off, 9 times out of 10, just pull on
Yep.
it. Especially
Every half
if it's
off.
like a decent suit, pull, because that only happens like maybe once a month, tops, right? And then if you have it where not only it's half off your first one, but you have 3-star and 2-star upper multiplier in the second step, do it. And then the next step, you get a guaranteed 3-star. What? Right after you get 39 tokens for free, and then after you do that, you get 10 more pulls for free. Like the hands that I would love to see this banner again, but we probably won't see it again for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, I agree. 10 out of 10. This banner was absolutely beautiful. I really liked how it did have Zeta Plus A1, because my concern was, okay, what pool is it going to be in? Is it going to be like, out of these 6 pools of 3-star? I was like, okay.
yeah.
I was impressed. I was satisfied. I think it was an awesome banner. You did a good job. Good job, GBO2.
That's to bring in a pity system.
Mm.
But yeah, I agree with you though. This one wasn't bad for sure. Like there were good guarantees, and getting free is always nice too.
Yep. You have any thoughts on me,
Actually,
Gustav?
interacting in the lobby over here is crazy. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, the other thing is that the next big event's gonna be Halloween from here on, so it's gonna be a little bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Let's see what the next big thing is gonna be.
I hope I
And,
get a new pumpkin.
I guess it would kind of play into the speculation, but I hope that they use the expansion into Sentinel and a couple other things to really like play up stuff. Like we don't need holidays or special events to just have dope shit like that.
Mhm.
Real though. So yeah, kind of moving into the patch notes. We got the Gelgoog Marine Commander level 4 added to the lottery, which is, I know me and Gustav's hyped about that.
Yeah.
I love what they did to that suit's main gun.
I wish what they did to that they would do to the Jaeger at this point. I feel like it needs it.
Yeah, I feel like Jaeger's kind of losing to power creep at this point a little bit, except for maybe 450.
Koraz is still busted up about this 500 M cannon. It's all right, dude. It's fine.
Oh yeah, they also added a mass production gun cannon as well, which is, if I get it, I'll use it just for the meme. But like,
though, like I don't mind running that shit.
oh, I mean that's what carried me through the first ranked I ever played in. So yeah, I'm in there. But Emblem or Vion, any thoughts on the Gelgoog Marine Commander?
So you guys are gonna hate me. I won't say I hate the Gelgoogs. I say that I just don't use them. The only one I have used was the Jaeger. The command type itself is probably that one, and I think there's a raid Gelgoog. That's like notorious.
Marine.
Fuck. Is that the Marine? Is that the darker? I don't know. Anyway, that raid sucks. I hate fighting it.
Oh,
It gets
yeah.
my nerves. Like as a support, it gets my nerves. But Commander M, I just see allies. I haven't seen a bad one. I'll say that much. But when it comes to Gelgoogs, I don't really pay that much attention to them. But I think it being hold up, let me see. Yeah, as a 2-star general, I still think it's solid to use for anyone to get it. I'm like, why not?
For this one, it was definitely subpar before they buffed it, and then after they buffed it, it's great now. I love it.
Yeah. Okay.
But in my opinion, it was trash before the buff.
Yeah.
But
For everybody, at the very least. Like I think you have to be good at that kind of play style, especially if you're using the poking style beam rifle.
Yeah.
well, with this though, they really buffed it. Like it's got a 1 second in between fire, and now it's a 5-shot burst, and you can get it off 3 times, and then 4 if you use it a 4th time, it overheats. You get it off 3 times in a row, and then you can swap to its machine gun its arm machine gun if you have to, which staggers really fast. So if you do overheat, by the time you shoot that, it's pretty much almost back from overheating. It's got good beam saber swings because it has the same Marine, beam saber swing, which is nice. But yeah, I'm a big fan.
If you don't like the regular rifle, then that's definitely a good alternative. Feels pretty good.
But moving on into the patch notes. Oops, I forgot to move the little arrow. But we got, I'll go ahead and, because I know what's coming up in the ticket shop. Oh yeah, and we got the normal suit, which is cool, I guess. But moving on, I don't even have to look like I said, because we got the Dump Barrage, level 3, 500 cost. I finally have my baby. We in there.
Yeah, he's
For real though.
more hype about that than some of the other shit he got.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, I got like 3 of the level 2 of the new suit. Cool, I guess, whatever. I got my Dom Barrage level 3. Like it literally, I want the Cubile and the Dom Barrage level 3, and I got one of those things this event, so I got one more to get. Oh yeah, I guess the Beam Bazooka level 2 is the only other suit that I really want right now.
Out of principle of it just being the O2 in general.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, I mean, I also like the beam bazooka. Like I said, it's my preferred raid at 550. There we go. I finally found the right one. So, if you like the Dawn Barrage, you like Scooty suits, can recommend. I would recommend it. I think it still holds well at 500. If we get a 551, sorry, the MLRS kind of still beats it out there.
Yeah.
I'm gonna also piggyback throughout many supports. It's definitely probably in my top 4 or 5 when I'm around that cost. Because Dawn Barrage, not only does it shred generals, I can be like, oh, you a raid? Give me them legs, brother. I got you, dog.
Yep.
You shred them legs. Like Dawn Barrage, when you have a Gatling gun in higher costs especially, it's like, I don't care what role you are, I'm going to do a lot of damage really quick. You can stand there or you can get behind a building. Either way, I see you. And its reload time is really nice, as well as the missiles. I really like Dawn Barage's kit, and it's definitely one of my favorite supports. It's definitely up there for me as well. Try it.
And 2, the oh yeah, I was waiting for that. I was waiting for it. Emblem with the bully. But yeah, if something has no dodge roll, especially if it's a raid, and you hit it with the beam right after it gets out of boost and it staggers, you just hit it right in the legs with those missiles. You'll stagger it again, or you've probably hit it with most of it if they dash sideways, and then you follow up with the Gatling and they're staggered again, and you pop them over the head with the downswing and then run away and then do it again. Like that's my go-to combo with that. So those missiles are crazy though. If you ever see a Comfer and they decide not to dodge roll, they're dead. It's kind of gross to hit something like that. That's why I want to upgrade it though, because it gets 5% damage boost at fully enhanced. So I'm like, kind of want to do this. But 1 million DP to get all 3 of them maxed out. Just saying.
Yeah, like never mind the new currency. It's just the DP costs that fuck you over, if anything. Because they were actually pretty liberal with giving you those packs because they know that you're gonna burn through all that other shit.
Exactly. So anyway, oh sorry, I almost skipped over it. Gan EOS.
Oh yeah.
That's the other thing that got put in. I think it's cool. I'm gonna use it more. I just always am playing something else.
Right.
I'm sick and tired of seeing that suit.
Really?
I've pulled that suit so many times.
Oh, okay, there we go.
I'm like, if this, you just get this suit out of the game, bro. I'm like, bro, I don't want to see it ever again. I was like, I should try it, but then again, no, I don't want to. No, I did try it once. It actually seems like it'd be a really cool suit as far as like the poking range with melee. But I was just like, nah, Pale Rider or something.
Yeah, I always end up on something else every time I go to play. And I'm like, oh yeah, this thing is really fun to play, and it's got the wacky, like, I'm gonna knock everything downswing. But then I'm just like, oh, I could play this suit, and then I just get distracted. But I think it's 400 base cost, right?
Let's check.
Yes, I thought it was a 350.
I think yeah, 400.
It's 400.
Okay, that's 400. Cool.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, and I have it fully upgraded, so yeah, I guess I'm right there with you about pulling it out of boxes. That's funny.
The EOS is pretty fun though. Like, if it has a downside, I'll just say that the giant bazookas kind of will leave you wishing that you were reloading just a tad bit faster sometimes. But like all other things considered, it's a gainer for real shield. It has good reach.
Oh shit!
You can knock down your teammates with your crazy wide downswing.
Literally everybody in the game.
Good yeah, you have a good poking option as well. With the little side beam. It's nothing like crazy, but just with how fast you can shoot into range, it's a real good finisher in lieu of Vulcans, which a lot of Xeon suits lack sometimes.
Yeah, there's a lot of, well, a few people I know that just main that suit, and they pull some good damage numbers just straight up on the damage charge. They'll hit pretty high at 400 and 450. Yeah. Anything else with the EOS? No, we'll move on to the DP stuff.
It's not cheap.
Yeah. The DP stuff is really awesome this time around. So we got the Interceptor, or the Intercept, which is top tier space general, like 10 out of 10. The Bishop, top tier space support, and the Dom multi-gun, which in my opinion was the best support until they just recently added the level 3 Rabbit type. And one other that I can't remember. Hang on, let me look at 350. But yeah, what do you guys think of any of those three? Because that's my thoughts.
Intercept is amazing suit in space, like no questions about it. The mobility, it being a space only suit, is a very dangerous suit. It's a suit that feels like it's more of a raid than a general. The Bishop is, I think that's the entry of the lock on in space with supports, and if you guys haven't played those support types yet, you're gonna realize that is kind of dope in space. Not only does it have, I think it has one lock on and one focus fire you could cycle through, but like once you learn how to cycle that, like that suit is, it hurts generals in space. Dom cannon, however, I will say I've never got really acquainted with Dom Cannon because I've always felt like I should be using Dom Barrage instead. Anytime I play.
Well, this is 50 below the Dom Barrage, so
yeah. But like the ones that I pulled at the time, I was like,
The higher
is this
levels.
or Dom Barrage? Yeah. So yeah, because I had always got them at higher level or the higher level. But because I did try it and I liked it having the machine gun and the cannon as a support. I really like that a lot. That's the support one, right? Yeah, that's the support one. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tripping.
I usually run the G Rocket just for the extra stun, catch them with the cannon after the initial stun, and then do the missiles.
yeah, where they did the change to both of its like, I forget what it's called, but the amount of time between you can start swapping the stop time, whatever that's called. When they did that change, you can swap between the cannon and the bazooka in either way and pretty much keep somebody staggered in place, which was like the biggest deal. So if you can catch them from behind, you can set up with the side or the arm rockets into your first stagger, cannon to the second stagger, bazooka as your last stagger, or rather maybe reverse that and then hit them with a downswing or something. But yeah, there's a lot of different stuff that suit can do, and you got a grenade, which I forget about honestly half the time. For the Bishop, though, the only competitor that I would say, this is both ground and space at that cost. The Gigan just got added at level 4, which is kind of nice. But the GM Cannon Space Assault type got added at level 3, which could compete with the Bishop, I think. But other than that, I think Bishop's pretty much the... thing to not sleep on if you're trying to play the Bishop. Get in there and shotgun with your beams. The focus is nice. It'll chunk. It'll stagger. That's cool. But you've got shotgun in the form of hands right in front of you. So if you hit them with enough beams, you'll actually stagger as if you had a shotgun. And also, one charge shot is like 90% of your overheat, whereas you can get like 5 shotgun beam shots out before you overheat. So you can like deal about 10,000 damage to a general just shotgunning them or more. And also you're staggering them, so then you can follow up with a punch and then swap back, shotgun them again, then punch. You can really get, like, some of the really good Bishop players can do some crazy stuff. And I almost never see them actually use the lock-on thing. That's more for just poke and when you're falling back or something, or if somebody's running away, because you are slow. But
You're an old man tripping the generals right away with your cane.
I just slipped a little there, but
Whoops, got your backpack.
But yeah, Emblem,
Scariest
good
game I
stuff.
got your nose ever.
Any thoughts on these?
Bishop's a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it whenever I first got it.
I need them, especially
Yeah.
the Psycho Zaku or the Psycho Zaku. I played that really hard when I did some more space stuff. So
That is so fun.
Oh yeah.
I'm ready, man. I need that higher level. Just like I know I'm gonna get a visit, but the minute I get my hooks into somebody, it's all over. Like I'm ready to get in there again with that. Like I actually just did a match with the Psyche Moon. It felt pretty good.
Yeah, the Facebook custom is a fantastic suit too. Any of the blues with
Facebook
like a
I forgot that it's FB. Oh
Yeah.
my gosh.
with a long-reaching downswing that can follow up on its stuns is always pretty good. There's already like a really good precedent set for it. Easy 8, GPO 3, like
Yeah, I just call it the low cost Damon.
yeah, Goof VD. There's so many good general suits that are already really powerful because they have that extra surprise like lunging reach, and any other suit that has something like that, where just comes out quick and fast, is usually in a pretty good spot because you don't have to worry about thrusting as much because you can close the gap just with your downswing, or even use your downswing as an additional like escape mechanism or something like that. It's pretty nice. It has good options too.
Yeah. Side note, real quick. Sorry. Hymo
Good.
Gelgoog with the cruise control against Keyblades in space. They fucking hate me right now. Oh my god. 'Cause
By the way,
can't
speaking of
rock
that,
and they just eat ballistic all day.
oh yeah, there you go. That's always nice. The downswing thing though, G-line assault. I'm always yeeting myself out of there with that downswing. I'm like,
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, get in there, smack, smack, and then I'm like, okay, well I killed the support with those 2 hits. Yeet this way.
It's interesting to think about how like Gundam Online does that and definitely use as much of those animations for movement as possible, kind of like PSO2 as well. You don't
yeah.
do that too much with this game. It's more focused on like thrusters and consumption and stuff because you just had that option. Like you already had the actual movement option. But every once in a while you'll have suits like that. People used to do it with the Stamen a lot. I don't think they do it so much anymore, but that was also a thing for some players.
So real quick, just the last thing on the as far as the stuff they have here, clan matches too. We want to talk about that tomorrow morning, 5 a.m. Pacific.
5v5, 550 on what is it?
Arctic base.
Yep.
Ace match.
Ace match, even better. Super sweet.
Woo!
I mean, but it's with your clan and stuff. So
Yeah.
The thing I was going to ask here, Vion, how like have you been getting in on any of the clan stuff or?
I actually have not, between like work schedule and like because like weekend schedules, like a lot of times the weekend is actually not a good time for me to play GBO2 because it's like running like I run D&D stuff and play D&D stuff, and that's like all Saturday kind of thing,
That's
and
a
then
massive
Sunday.
chunk of time.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
and then Sunday is just like I kind of want to relax and chill when I can, and just like because I don't only play just GBO2. But getting back to it, I encourage my clan and I encourage all of them to play together as much as possible, and they've done a really good job playing together without me having to organize it, and that's what I want them to
be
keep
nice.
doing.
Must be
Yeah,
nice.
and they
Which is,
do.
I mean,
they-
Aoshi's trying to organize some stuff
Yeah,
on his
so-
end too, so hopefully that can work.
So shout outs to people out there, Awesome Ninja Garuga, Nirik, J Frost, all you guys who are in that doing a thing, thank you, because they have definitely in a lot of times done clan matches without me, and I'm like, you know what, do it, represent, you know what you do. But
Frost is a good guy.
I love, most definitely. I love the idea of clan matches, but I really wish the time was different. Like maybe instead of it being on the weekend 1 week or 1 month, they could do it during the week. As bad as that sounds, they could like maybe shift the 2 days somewhere else. I don't know. That would work a lot better for me, but I don't know. I really would like to play. I really would like to play clan matches more, but the time has always kind of like, dang it, I don't.
These aren't real
Which-
people hours, right?
You know?
The hours. So frankly, the hours aren't meant for Americans. like
We get 1 out of 4.
Yeah, 1 out of 4 the hours, right?
And speaking of tabletop stuff, like I need to check because every time I'm in a Robotech campaign, and every time I'm streaming the Robotech campaign that I'm playing in, and every time that they decide to do the late night one, so I need to check to see if because we do it once a month. So far though, it's landed. The past 2 times it's landed on that. So I'm scrambling to like finish up that, and I'm messaging the GM being like, so yeah. I gotta go, and so then they wrap up and we wrap up, and then I get swapped over, and then boom, we get started, and then I'm just like, we just form teams and then go in. Pretty much is about all that gets done. So luckily that's at like pretty much when we're scheduled to end anyway. But it's just been one of those things like, oh no. So yeah, I feel you there when they do these late night ones. So luckily on the East Coast it's midnight, but again though, it's still midnight on the East Coast when it starts. So that next one though is on the 12th of next month, is when they're doing the next late night one, and that's 9 p.m. Pacific. But
It's always a reminder that this is primarily a Japanese, still like international release or not.
yeah.
So gotta rotate things around.
I will say though, from what I remember though, the way they started talking about it, and I just feel like it was just a limitation. Did they break things? They just couldn't.
Who knows?
Like, well, they started off by saying there were going to be 2 different times, and they actually had they were going to open it up 2 times per event for people to play, and so that it would be in multiple time zones. But I don't know what happened to that. But there was one set to, like when they were doing the beta test or whatever, the alpha test or whatever they were calling it, they had one said it was going to open up at like in the afternoon here. So I was like, where did that go?
Didn't that one not happen too? Like
yeah, it didn't happen.
It didn't happen. I think.
Yeah, so like
I still think it was a miscommunication, and they just meant that was the difference between the start time and the reward delivery. And they
maybe
just,
that was it.
Like just mistranslated it as, it's going to be 2 different start times. Like,
maybe that was it. But if they could do 2 different times per one, that'd be cool.
I wouldn't mind at all.
Just saying.
Because it's still got to be a problem, and I see people complain about the times too. Because like, bro, I got work. I'll be doing this shit. Can't be out that late all the fucking time. Or like, this is when I'm still trying to get home. Stuff like that.
Okay, so we can go ahead and I know Vion, you were wanting to talk about the Unit 4 and 5 BST. And now that we've had a little bit of time to kind of play it a little bit ourselves and stuff. So yeah, what do you think about the banner last week and just the suits themselves?
Real quick, I'll just say I don't think they were worth the banner pool, guys, so don't be sad if you didn't get it. As they're different and varying, they don't have shields, which feels like it plays a part. They definitely feel paper thin, but they're awesome at the same time. I really love BST Unit 5. Unit 4, I don't know, TBD yet. I think the Doable Bazookas was misplay almost, but overall I just wanted to say this is an example of how the anniversary event was for me, because all the banners were pretty good, but the BST banner was like the paywall of the event. And like last year we had we had Full Burnian, which was one of like one of the best spacesuits for ever. In this case,
I still claim it is the best.
Yeah, a lot of people do. And I'll say that BST 4 and 5 don't hold anything up to that light. You can always pick a different raid or different general. So that's all I wanted to say about it. I don't want to get too much into it, but Unit 5's cool. It's scary not having a shield, as weird as that sounds, but just got to play hard.
Yeah.
I still got to experiment with it a little bit more because their modifier on their weapons are different. Like Unit 5.
They're definitely trying to force you into
Yeah.
that Bunga style more.
Yeah. So, we'll see. I don't know. I'll have an overview for those suits hopefully sooner than later. So.
Cool. I mean, my take on it this week, after getting to actually play them, I really like the beam, the new, is it mega particle beam? Whatever it is, the big beam.
Yeah.
I really like that
launcher.
now. Mega beam launcher, thank you. I really like that 33-second cooldown, and I'm doing it again. I do it multiple times before I die. Like I kind of play more of a pokey style, and then get in there for a couple of assist things. So you could probably have one on your team doing that, but if you have too many, then that kind of gets a little awkward. Also, some weird things happen with the beam. By the way, Gustav, I clipped it from yours from last night.
Did you?
So yeah, it's in my Discord. I can post it in yours too.
Nice.
But like the beam, I was too close to a teammate, and the beam just went.
Boop, boop. Just went somewhere else entirely.
Like it looked like a laser light show going on, man. We were raving last night on Mountain.
You ever see someone with like a floodlight and they're like pointing around during like a blackout? What is that? And that's just that, but with a big beam of death.
I do prefer that beam over the original.
There is a precedence for that though. The Dodge Custom still does it with his charge shot. Sometimes it'll just and just point
everything pretty much does it because remember the piercing on the Mark III, everybody thought, oh my gosh, it ricochets, but no, it's not a ricocheting beam. Because there was that YouTube video with the ricocheting beam, and like everybody started being like, oh my gosh, it ricochets, and that kind of went around, and then it was like, no, it's just the janky mechanics. It wasn't actually bouncing. It's just the. So yeah, even the missiles on the Dom Barrage, when you're up close to an enemy, the missiles will sometimes go whoop, just straight up into space, and I'm like, no!
Any kind of missile mark will do that. I don't think the ground types does, but I think that's also because it makes you stop. So it's kind of
I think it's a different. Well, I think those are different style for the.
But other stuff does tend to do that, and it's just like, oh well, away they go.
But yeah, that's my thoughts on the 4 and the 5 now. I like the melee playstyle on it, and I do like. Okay, so the thing is, the Gatling is 90% of the time trash, until that support's trying to be, what Emblem describes as the support hubris, and sitting on the building, and you're just like, okay, fine then, and you just.
You're engaging the support and you fucking like blast them for a quarter of HP and they're still sitting there not moving, shooting you. That guy's on top of the roller is like, this is my murder pedestal. No one can stop me here. Like freaking supports, man.
Okay. You say that, but there's some times I'm playing the Dom Barrage and like somebody shoots at me with a Gatling gun, and I've now watch it get clipped the next time this happens. But I'm just like, ah, you silly Raid! You think you can outgun me? Here comes my missile vomit. And yeah, so I kind of know what you're talking about, but I feel like I win though. So I mean, sure. No, but for real though, the Gatling on it though, you can just go at another. At a support. It's almost useless though against generals and raids, unless you've already overheated your beam and you just want to kind of get some extra support fire in. But personally, I'd say since you've got a dodge roll now, which is amazing on the Unit 5, you just go in there and you're just like, oh, you're a general? Well, here's 3,000 damage. Here's a side swing for 3,000 damage, and here's my downswing for 3,000. It's like, what? How can you do this much damage with 3 melees to a general type? I mean, like, I think it actually gets downscaled to like 2,000 something. But either way, you're like dealing almost 4,000 damage to supports per swing. It is gross. I've one comboed. It's pretty much the prototype at high cost. It's the Proto Gundam's bigger brother at this point. And like the Proto, and you got a dodge roll. It's like having a prototype with a dodge roll. It is scary. The only thing is though, is I'm kind of starting. You can use the bazookas on the. Unit 5, right?
Just a single.
It only has the beam.
Or is
I'm pretty
It's a
sure
single
it's just the,
bazooka.
it uses the same weapons, right?
yeah, the Unit 5 you can use Hyper Bazooka or the Hyper Beam Rifle. The Unit 4 can use the dual bazookas.
Okay, that's what it was. Okay, yeah. So
Yeah,
I'm
the
kind of
primary
starting
problem with
to.
that is because it's a raid's weapon. That's the G3's double bazooka.
yeah.
The raid touched it. It originated on a raid, so it's automatically just in a bad
Not as
spot.
good, yeah.
Yeah, the
What-
double bazookas,
Raid
I
tax.
can't stand those.
Raid
But
tax.
as much as, yeah, pretty much raid tax.
You know what though? Like if they're gonna keep bumping up the G3, they should boost those a little bit, make them faster at least.
That's a whole nother we can talk about
Yep.
that, but that's a whole nother show, bruh, about all these outdated suits and outdated raids that need some
Just going
TLC.
hard on raids, yeah.
You ain't
Yeah.
lying.
Oh, we've had. Hang on, wait. Which direction are you on the thing? We've already had this guy talk about that. So I mean, yeah, we've done that in the past. So if you want to talk about it, feel welcome to. But the Unit 5 though, the bazooka though is I think what I'm gonna start. Even though I hate bazookas, I really hate running bazookas. But I think I'm gonna start doing that because its melee is just so good. If you just get that stagger, and you just go in and melee somebody, then it's gross. And your range modifier is almost nothing anyway. So I feel like just use the bazooka, get the stagger, get in there melee, and it just claps with how much melee it does. That's my take on it.
The reload and in between shots sucks. Like it sucks.
Oh well, are you talking about the G3's bazookas on the Unit 4?
Oh no. Yeah, I'm talking about Unit 4. Like I did.
Yeah. Oh no. That the reload
It's
between
rough.
shots, I can't stand the G3. Like I was like, oh, the G3 looks cool. I'll try it. And it has a sub weapon that's a beam rifle, so it's kind of okay. But like, I guess you got the armed spot gun with the Unit 4. But yeah, I can't
do.
stand the double bazookas. I'm not a fan.
I like it on that suit just because it feels like I'm just using unspecific shape, but
Oh, sorry, it feels like you're just using what?
them to specifically like initiate. So I'm not shooting them as often, but like
Yeah.
I know they're like trying to be a general my range. Yeah, it's
Yeah, I feel like the beam rifle though is kind of more of your, like with the Unit 4, you want it for more damage. So I feel like shooting more with the beam rifle is just the better way to go. Just because it actually has range modifier. Now with the Unit 5, go unga bunga, get in there and just.
that rifle's what's up for sure. I like it on both. That's just because I'm used to it from the original though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I agree right now, but I might actually become a bazooka guy on it, just because the melee's clap so hard. Like Emblem, I'm kind of curious what you think about the Unit 5 though. Have you been getting in there on it, or did you get it? Well, you got it, yeah,
Yeah.
right?
Mhm.
No, I didn't. I never rolled for it because I wanted to see what was coming out. I'll probably look into getting it. I did get to play it, but I'll probably look into getting it since I got to Zeta Plus pretty early, and I'm still sitting on like close to 100 tokens after doing all the steps.
Yeah.
So I'll probably save up and more than likely go after it, just because I like my raids. I'll just say like Unga Bunga. That's probably my favorite part about it. It feels, whereas like normal Red Gundam can kind of cover both ranges decently well. I kind of like having more of a focus on the front style as well. I feel like just a situation where like one suit is probably better than the other. Like in those matches where you're like on city or port base and Red Gundam is good, you run Gundam Unit 5 normal, and
Red normal.
in other situations, yeah, you run
Regular
Red Gundam, yeah. And when you have those more close-up matches, I don't know. I could say that you can run an impact side as well, but you know, maybe on the impact side or maybe on Ruined City, where there's less slides for the straight shootouts, even though you can light people up on the buildings, but. You know, you just find your maps where like you think being in close is better than kind of maining it from afar, stuff like that. So.
But yeah, like I do like, again though, kind of back to the main point of what Vion was saying. I feel like if you didn't roll on these, you didn't really miss out on something that is overpowered, and I think that's a good thing. Like, I'm really glad that they didn't do an FB repeat, especially with ground suit. Or, well, suits that can be used on the ground, I should say. Because also in space, use that Gatling in space too, because Gatlings are always fun in space. So yeah, these are awesome in space. But, I mean, that's kind of what they're for, I think. So, that's their specialization anyway. Yeah, any other thoughts on that? And then we'll actually move on to what Emblem was wanting to talk about a little bit, even though we kind of touched on it before with some of the tangents. We'll actually make it a topic.
I think in that regard, we should just move on because we've been going for a while. We should just move on to.
I was gonna say for the 3 hour mark we got about 20-30 minutes left. So
Yes,
that's not
be
enough
the
time to
2
do
hour mark.
mobile suit speculation, right? Like see what we think the last 2 topics, what we think's coming up,
well,
and what suits we think are going to come out.
Yeah, so we'll go ahead and move on to the just our final thoughts on the event. So like as a whole, how like I don't know if we want to just go around, or if somebody wants to start first while I'm moving the arrow around or whatever. But just your final thoughts. What do you think? How good they did? What was cool? Favorite things, stuff like that.
Done a whole at once. Okay.
Okay.
Jeez, I didn't want to go
I
first.
mean-
Gosh.
Okay. Here,
I'll
I'll
solid. It was fine. Like, they definitely were very generous. The event for the limited suit was kind of so-so for the Gaza, but I still really like it. I really wasn't expecting what the final suit was going to be, and I think it was a good compromise between just being like full-on animation eye, like double Zeta stuff, and actually giving us something different and like another series for them to pull from to look forward to later. So that was nice. The boosteds weren't quite FB level, but that's actually a good thing. I can go down with that, especially since they both have their uses outside of their regular versions. Overall, it was good. Can't complain too much.
Okay.
No, you go ahead. I was just
Okay.
trying to put my thoughts down.
Okay, so as far as like the Gaza C thing, my first transformable suit that I actually got, and it's fun to play, but I still think it's one of those like you really have to be on point with your beam management. If you are not like top tier on beam management and you overheat one of those things, either I think with your parts decides, it's actually one of the first times that I think the parts kind of decide your playstyle, because either you have overheat stuff so that you get your charge shot back and you just charge shot people for like 5k and then transform and then pew pew at them and then melee them once and then fly away again, or you go in and you just shoot the gun uncharged with other parts, like you put health on it or whatever, and then you swap to, and then you transform and pew pew till you're almost about to overheat, then transform in and pew pew some more with the main gun, and then melee, and then pew pew, and then fly away and repeat. But that's kind of the interesting thing I think about it. Other than that, though, it's super squishy. Its stats are pretty much on paper. It's kind of low tier, and I mean, some people said, well, it's the event suit for the stuff, but I'm like, the GOG is like god tier as far as, especially at 300 for really. I mean,
It was god tier for a minute.
okay, yeah, everybody kind of figured out shotguns and a few things like that, and then there's those Goof BD players that come around and heat rod you.
All tier.
But like, you know, I still get in there with my sumo GOG, scoop to whoop. But like, and then there's the best of the tanks, the gun tank 2. Well, sorry, best of the non-transformable tanks. I guess I should, you know. But yeah, best of the
non-transformable supports. No, you can't just say tanks.
Ooh, oh my gosh! Don't even. Oh, that hurts.
This whole event, yeah, you know what? It's got to be said. This whole event didn't get a transformable support.
C1.
Oh
It's
no!
going to be a
Don't remind me.
It's going to be a C1, man. The first transformable support will be C1.
Oh man, it hurts. It really hurts. Or the Gaza D. I'll take the Gaza D too. But yeah, the so as far as that goes, there's those two examples. I'm glad the BST wasn't overpowered. That's cool. And then the final banner, 10 out of 10. Also, all the extra stuff for new players. I know so many people that I've gotten into the game recently. A lot of my friends who've gotten into the game, they're like, "This is great! I've got so many suits. I can do all this stuff." And I will say again, they still feel just as far as the not being new player friendly, they still feel the pain of not having parts on their shiny 650 suits that just get clapped.
Just
So
the simulator stuff is all defense too. The last one had a lot of offensive stuff, and like they missed out on that if they just started.
yeah, and that's the other problem too. And just on another side note too, I've been just so because they want to play rated, and I'm like, well, we can't. So I've been making new accounts, and we've been playing rated, and so I think I'm up to like 13 accounts now. But like the thing is, we've been playing the rated thing, and I've got them up to about A, and they go off and play in A on their like 650 suit with no parts, and oof.
Sounds like a bad time.
Yeah, so then now they're like, okay, I'll go to quick match. Like, so, and even they're still getting wrecked, but at least they're getting better, like DP rewards and stuff with the higher rating a little bit. So they're like, I'll drop down eventually, but right now, while they're giving out a bunch of stuff, I'm gonna go ahead and use it all that I can.
Yeah.
But I will say I'm glad they gave up to the 450 stuff. So 450's locked down. They just need to fix the rank needed for parts and suits, and give out, like Emblem said, I think, the trainer suits, like some kind of trainer version of a 650. Everybody should just have one. It doesn't have to be god tier. It can be balanced. It can even be a little underpowered if they really, want to make it a little weak. Sure, I'll take that. But everybody needs to have one suit that they can at least do okay with. Anyway, sorry, that turned into a tangent. Yeah, that turned into a tangent. But yeah, overall though, the event, final thoughts, I think it's better than last year. We actually got one of every suit this time, and we didn't get our support, like 2 months after. Real though, the MRS was like 2 months later, dude. Like,
Literally just... Who would have thought just a quick variant would have caused that much trouble in its cause too?
Jumping in, I think this event was pretty awesome. Similar to what you guys, this is almost an echo chamber in terms of content. We had the Double Z, which had a lot of hype coming into it. Then we had we had the Hama Hama, the R Jar, Z Plus, Cubile. I have all these little listed over here somewhere. But I think all of those are pretty good suits. I'm glad we did get a variety of general raid, support, general, whatever. Instead of having like 4 generals, 1 raid, and maybe 1 support of all different costs, we all managed to get like at least 1 for 600, and then everywhere else in between, because these suits are going to carry us into the next stage of this game. Because once you jump up 50 to 100 points in the game new, not only are we being introduced to new suits, we're introduced to new mechanics, new gimmicks we have to be concerned about. So it has to be careful with the power creep, as one of you guys mentioned before. When bringing older suits up to the same level, they need to be properly buffed. That's my only concern about this event, foreshadowing down the road. Because there's other suits I just legit love, and I want to play with them forever, but let's face it, that can't happen. The banners, the only banners I didn't really like that much was BST, because, well, it was a very steep banner. However, the suits are cool. You'll get them eventually. You guys didn't miss out. So them not being broken was actually pretty good. So certain people get them and other people can see it. So don't worry about it. But I think overall my favorite banner was the one that just came out with the half and then the free banner. This anniversary event was absolutely beautiful. I enjoyed it a lot. I didn't care too much for the limited support, limited suit you get. It's just whatever to me. But all in all, I think they did a good job this year, and hopefully they won't wait another year to give us content of this quality. you know. So fingers crossed.
For sure.
Very much agree with that last comment. I hope that's what pretty much Halloween and stuff is. Just everything keeps meeting this standard. But yeah, Emblem.
I guess I'll be the person that doesn't agree.
Devil's
And not just because it needs to be in there, but I think the implementation of the suits and stuff like that, like the stuff at its core is fine. But I personally think that as at an overall, they kind of jumped the gun. I'm still of the mindset that we got 650 too early. We barely have 600 fleshed out.
Yeah, I agree.
We needed more, and then the way they handled 650, which is a mess. Like there are two, right? It's still just a double Zeta and a Cubile, right? Did I miss a native? I mean, I guess technically Zeta Plus is 650 now too. Besides,
well, I mean, it's not native though.
You're right, it's not native. So
like, there's no native raid or support.
Yeah, like there's only generals. There's none of the other classes. They literally were fillering the 600 cost bracket during the event where they introduced 650. I think they jumped the gun. I think it was too soon. I think they could have had some of these suits still come out and not have introduced 650. Like maybe we had to wait for Double Zeta and a Cubile a little bit, which would have kind of sucked. But I think they were jumping the gun. Like the other stuff though, like the things that they do to draw new players, to draw like new and returning players in, like that's good. They do that really well. Giving rewards out to players. I wish some of the rewards were things that haven't been in the DP shop since the beginning of the game. Sometimes. Yeah. And that's a little bit of hyperbole. It's not that bad, but it's pretty close. You know, when they're giving out goofs and you know, DOMs and stuff like that in year 2 of the game, why isn't that goof the G-Line standard, which is a really good one,
or at least higher level versions of
I mean I'm glad that we got at least the BD2 and the like GM Cannon 2 and a few things like that. So there were some top tiers in there, which was nice, but again, they're all in the DP store now, so it's like
Emblem, what I do want to also piggyback off real quick, sorry, when you mentioned the rewards, what I actually didn't like was at the beginning of this campaign, and I could be me being stingy, when you clan stuff and missions, you have 5 times the rewards, but that was only legit only 5 times for like how many weeks? Like I think they could have done like it might be asking for too much. Yeah, they should refresh it refresh it every week, or at least gave you a certain amount, because I was like, yo, this is cool, and meanwhile the clan's putting in work leveling up, you're like, dude, this kind of sucks. Like you guys could have refreshed it or give us some more charges to do it, because I think that also hyped up people to play that much more and get those missions done, because you guys know, like if you have the people in the clan that do the missions, people will be like, well, whatever. But that's
correct me. Go ahead. Oh, well, I was gonna say, correct me if I'm wrong, but was it limited last year? I don't think it was.
I don't recall last year.
I feel like we talked about this too. Was it?
Yeah, we brought it up, but I don't think we actually got an answer.
Like,
but
I'm trying to think, because I wasn't in a clan last year like this, because I declined all the clan stuff last year.
So
I think,
the big thing last year, though, I think people were exploiting it or something too. So they kind of, I think they limited it this time to stop the exploits, so that it was 5 times per person. Because I know people last year apparently were
hopping clans,
who were hopping clans and getting it like 100 times. So they had like 500 tokens or something.
I remember they did that patch, and they also changed it so depending how long you've been offline dictates if you get all those rewards and stuff. I do remember that now. I just remember the patch notes briefly somewhere. So, like, don't they do? They could just limit like how many you as a person or per account can accumulate through that, you know. But I mean, I guess that was simpler for them. But I definitely see people exploiting stuff like that. But me, I just people got to ruin things, man. Dang it.
Yeah, exploiter is gonna exploit.
I'm
But,
just gonna like hide my head for a second though with that comment. My bad,
Yeah,
guys.
good old toxic Magnum over here
Yeah.
exploiting and doing
Thanks,
all kinds of
Magnum.
fucked up
I mean,
shit.
if it's part of the
Again,
system.
it's not part of the game. You're just trying to get shit because you don't want to spend money.
Whoa,
I
hang
get
on.
it.
It's part of the
Look
system
at
though.
you.
If it's part of the
No.
system.
You're the reason we get all these limitations and shit.
Hey man, I'm also that kid who went into like Taco Bell and come out with $20 of tacos from that spinny coin thing.
Oh my God.
So yeah,
You're
going
also
with
the
a
dude
dollar
that
bill.
was, like, selling illicit shit to other people for money, so and characters and stuff. He's got stories. He's already outed himself thoroughly.
Yeah, I do have a scorched earth policy when I quit a game. Like, I'm just like, okay, I'm done with the game. Scorched earth. I could care less about the economy or whatever. So I'm like, yeet. I just get rid of my stuff. So.
But yeah, I'll just like close my thoughts just by saying, do I think the event was terrible? No. Could it be better? Like they did, like you guys said, the things you touched on, I agree, they did a good job with. But I don't know, it just felt like it felt like they were kind of like shooting to the wind. That's kind of why like the 3-year thing was like, you know, it's just like they're always gonna try to set up for a sequel for the most part for a movie. Kind of thing. But when I first heard that Double Z was gonna come out, I thought they were wrapping it up. You know?
Yeah, that's
we
another
all
thing.
did
Really
for a hot
produced.
minute. Like, man, this
Like,
is it.
they're just trying to put out a suit that they know people are gonna think is real hot, and then we're closing up for GBO 3, you know, or something like that. Like that's a little bit extreme. I will say that particular take was more tinfoil hat in that regard.
I mean, I'm still
It
got my
wasn't.
tinfoil hat
It
on
was
for that.
until we knew better, though. Hindsight and all that. Because for all we knew, we were surprised it made it this, or let alone that it even had an international release.
Yeah.
Was it a flimsy international release?
It's
Yes,
been doing
but they
good.
still did it. Like, so there's just been a lot of surprises with this game.
So another thing that you said though, Emblem, with the, well, I mean, pretty much on the 650 stuff, I also agree. I forgot to actually mention that. I think, again, I don't think they should have went to 650 yet. I think they should have waited, whether they just put the suits, because we still don't have enough in 600.
We
I
don't.
mean,
really
I've got,
It's not
at the
obtainable
start of this event, yeah, I was going to say, at the start of this event, I had 2 600 suits, or one or two. I can't remember when I got the Haimo Yogu. I had the MLRS. When they did that guaranteed 1 of 10 suit thing, I ended up getting the MLRS out of that, the 600 cost one, which has been my suit, and it's my favorite suit in the game, other than the Dom Barrage. So, like, it's one of my top 3 favorite in the game, and it is one of my top 5 favorite suits. The GPO2 period is my top 5 favorite suit period. And so, yeah, to get that suit, it's definitely been carrying me, but I'm happy with it, right? But that's literally been the only thing I've played in 600 matches since we've had 600 matches. And until I got that suit, I would use the 550 MLRS, which I just got like 2 months before they came out with the 600 version. So even then, I didn't really have a 550 suit that I really liked. You know, I played the Gelgoog Jaeger, which I had, luckily, and then I had a Haimo Gelgoog at 550, you know. And even then, I still don't even have that many 550 suits. And this event flushed out my 500, 550, and 600 some.
Yeah.
Not too much, but I finally just now got a good selection of 500 suits within the past, like, 2 or 3 months. And, yeah, so I'm just saying. And now we're at 650, and miraculously, I've got actually 2 650s right now. I got a raid and a support, which is kind of cool. But like I didn't know that with the 600, because I literally just got my first 600, like literally I think within the 2 or 3 months range. So
I was just gonna say, I think the gap between 600 and 650 could have been longer. I know some people wanted more suits, but I would prefer to have a more variety of selection of suits at 600 before we go to 650. Like you, I had a problem because it's like I didn't want to do 550s because I would have to use a 500. Even though I have like maybe 1 or 2 supports in 550, I kind of wasn't feeling them until MRS hit recycle ticket, And that's when I started doing like 550 and 600s, honestly. Aside from that, I would have to be a general, because, you know, a lot of the new cost suits will always fall out being generals. And then you have to wait for like a month and a half to get a support pull at that level. So that's what sucks. Looking at my stuff now, I think I have like a total of like 7 600s, but I got like 3 of those 600s from this event, surprisingly. But they're like the Gelgoog J, the Gundam, you know, like those being 600s. I don't like how they did that. Instead of them trying to bump units up to higher cost levels being 600, they should have just gave us some more time and gave us more 600 suits. I might be picky, but I think the transition was kind of jumping the gun, so to speak. That's why we're now at a point where I feel as if 550 and 600 suits are weird, because I go into 650 match, I'm like, dang, they need a support, but my support 600. It's like, well, I'm going to be disadvantaged if they have a support that's 50 points higher than me. I mean, those numbers, people are like, oh, it don't matter, but at the end of the day, if you're trying to mid-max your you know, the win, especially when you're A and A plus and rated, that comes into play. That stuff comes into play. But overall,
I will say. Oh, go ahead.
I was just say, I'll totally give the event like a 9 out of 10, easily 9 out of 10.
Yeah, as far as the rewards and stuff, amazing. I'm thoroughly impressed. But yeah, the 650 thing though, a point that they could have done the double Zeta and stuff in 600. Maybe not the Cubulate. Cubulate is actually kind of like that next step up. Also, the animations on that thing are sexy. But yeah, both of you just that's great.
It's good.
Sexy mobile suit, man.
It is a
It
sexy
is.
mobile suit. For
It
real,
is.
though.
The first time I got that
man.
counter off, I was like, oh
That shit's
my God.
loud too. Oh my god.
It's like, and then
They
the
want
first-
you to know that you countered
Bruh.
somebody in that
Yep.
suit.
And then when you do your dodge and your boost isn't, you're not overheated. You know how amazing that swag is when you roll like that. You just
Oh yeah, dude.
swagging on people. All right, continue.
But yeah, no. I mean, for real though, the Cubulate, the 10 out of 10. I still wish I had it after 283 tokens on it. But yeah, you know, no, for real though, I've been saving for 2 months because I've been like, okay, like literally once we started speculating what the anniversary event was going to be, I'm like, I'm calling it the O, the Cubulate, which I didn't think it would be the double Zeta stuff, but I'm like, the O, the Cubulate, bound, you know, all the big Zeta suits is what I called. And then when I saw double Zeta, I'm like, the Cubulate's coming out right during the spin. I'm still calling it. The Cubulate has to come out during the spin. And then the thing is, it did. And I had 202 tokens waiting, and I was like, the time has come. I'm ready. I have planned for this.
The time is coming, so have I.
It's a good thing I planned for this by continuing to work on my tokens. Oh, you know. And nope. I went down to 20. I went down to
so
20.
sorry.
Luckily, though, the community was there. The community was like, we got you, fam. And I'm like, thank you. And then it still didn't happen. And then they were like, single pulls, go. And then I got like, oh man, like, I was like, okay, guys, thank you again. Here we go again. And then like, oh man, we did single pulls, and just, it was, everybody was like, I had a couple people in Discord at the same time. They're like, oh man, I can't stand to watch you 3 seconds later. You're reacting both before and after. Oh, this is painful to watch. So yeah, that's why I'm making the compilation video. And then this week though, it's just like, here's like 3 Black Medeas in one pool or whatever. And I'm just like, what?
Where was this?
Like,
earlier?
where was this earlier? You know, where was my Black Medea that gave me a Gundam? Level 1. And a BD2.
Very solid.
Oh my god.
Man.
It's the
Oh,
desire
give me a-
sensor. That sounds
And then
sounds about right.
the second Black Medea gave me a BD2 level 1. And I'm just like, at least it's better than a Gundam. And then like literally 2 boxes later from that Black Medea Gundam, it gave me another gold box. It was another level 1 Gundam. And I'm just like, that was like, I literally got up, I like threw stuff, and you just hear me in the background just raging. So yeah, it was but anyway, back to the main point though.
Did that ever get
650.
clipped, by the way?
Oh no, it got clipped. It's fully. I just went ahead and highlighted it because I'm like, you know, screw it. It took too long for somebody to clip it. I'll just highlight it. Here you go. Have fun, people. Here, feel my pain. Literally, I put a command that was like, to know my pain. You know. So, and then people started using the command. I'm looking at you, Hikaru.
Yes. Of course.
Literally, when somebody else would hop in the chat, like Carl was like, "I got you," and I'm like, "No, that's not what that means." But anyway,
Similar like that before too. It's like whenever somebody shows up, it's like, "Oh, you guys got to see this embarrassing moment."
oh my gosh, for real
Why did I
though.
make this command?
But yeah, right. I think it still exists somewhere. So yeah, back to the 650 thing. The reason why I think that they could have put these suits in 600, maybe not again the Cube Relay before we got off on that, the MLRS. I mean, maybe it's just because the MLRS is so good, but I feel like the MLRS and like the Hammurabi even can compete in those costs pretty well. So we've already got suits that can compete there. If they just had them down 600, I think it would be fine. Now again, the Cube Relay might have needed to wait, because it is kind of amazing. I've seen some people that are really getting the hang of that stuff and that can actually aim, because I can't aim that well. But the people that can really aim those follow funnels and just like pop you 3 times, stagger you, hit you with the rear ones afterwards, stagger you again, come in, hit you with the side ones, hit you with the beam. Yeah, and then do the 2 melees, and then dash, beam you with the hand again, come in, knock you down, and then finish you off. And I'm just like, what just happened to me? Like again, like those crazy god tier, like yeah, the closer I got, because I got pretty close this to A+ again, just because I've been playing like a ton, and I've been spamming the MLRS when the Cube Relay came out to be like, haha, get wrecked. I got to take my revenge for not getting the Cube Relay. If I can't use it, I got to destroy it.
No one will enjoy it.
Yeah, so I went in with the MLRS, and I was just like, fine, I'll just go with my best suit and destroy you all. But yeah, so when I got up there close, though, there was people that were just like popping me in the shield 3 times. I was staggered, and then they just rear funneled me, and they got close enough to beam me, like I said, and did that full combo. And I'm just like, oh my, they just like one comboed me with everything. And their follow funnels were done overheating, so by the time I was knocked down, they would just swap to those, hit me in the legs, and either my legs were just about gone, or I was dead. And I was just like, oh, this suit's scary. This suit actually is like god tier level. I am scared to see when people really get the hang of this. So, but overall, though, again, I think they could have done some of these in 600 and maybe justified even the Cube Relay in 600. Because again, for me, I've already said if we get to 700 and 750 and we don't have an event to kind of counter some of the bad luck drops, I might have to start, backing away from the game, or at least because, again, like there for a while, I was just like, well, I couldn't play 600. I mean, I just couldn't play. Yeah. Like there was, yeah. I would go in and get wrecked by everything that was like, especially when Stardust Memory Suits hit. I was like, okay, guys, here I go out in my Gelgoog. Yeah.
Everyone has a GP something.
Or, yeah, and it's like
Primal Gelgoog actually saw me through really hard on count though for a good while, because that was.
I mean, that was my only option. Yeah, but again, that was my only option, and my first suit was almost a year later. My first GP suit period was almost a year later, and that's kind of oof. Oh well, actually, sorry, I had the FB, but it was guaranteed.
Right.
So
you actually like wailed to get that. Just sad.
Well, I didn't have to wail because I'm a token saver. Like again, I had 202 ready for this event, so like I said, I saved token. But yeah. Ooh. Just get good. Just had to get good. Yeah. Okay. I thought Mag was saying just get good, man, and I'm like, oh.
I mean, kind of still, but
yeah, pretty much. But yeah. Anyway, that's kind of my final thoughts on the event. I forgot about the 650 thing though.
Yeah, the fact that we know that there's.
Oh, you cut out the fact that we know
that there's another year coming.
No, you're good.
You're good. You're good. We can hear you now. That there's another year coming.
Means that they have some more time to rectify, at the very least. I just hope they don't take until the next anniversary to do it.
Yeah. And I'm wondering though, is this them actually admitting that they're going to have another year, or or are we going to get to Christmas and find out, hey, by the way, we're doing another game because new console?
So did they say that the third year will be the last year, or here's to our third year? Exactly.
Here I can pull it up on the
It's
thing.
pretty much the here's to.
Okay.
Yeah, it's the here's to join us for our next year, or join us for another year.
I think they're just going to port this to the next gen consoles and try
I
to
think
up
they're
some of the
still
stuff. Because if GPO2 is doing, from what I understand, it's doing pretty well. If it keeps doing this well, they don't have a reason to kind of start from scratch. With the next gen consoles, or the next gen PlayStation, because they're not put on Xbox. I think they could implement a lot of new stuff, but eventually that means they would phase out PlayStation 4, but that's down the road. So I personally would like for them to keep building on GBO2. They have a good base, a good foundation. They do keep on doing it, because my speculation is the game can just become that much more better if the community keeps playing it, sharing their feedback, and make sure we're doing it the right way. So people who watch our videos, our streams, they're understanding what our pain points are, and so what. Because, hey, you never know. But yeah, fingers crossed. I want the game to go on as long as it can.
And yeah, I've got it pulled up. Our whole development team hopes you'll join us for a third year.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Pretty nice. Underwater maps? Nah, bro. I don't like. I would think the only way they would add underwater maps is if people played space more, or they would have to revamp space and ground, because then you have 3 types of maps, unless they add the ability for certain suits to play underwater.
Yeah, like amphibious suits.
Yeah, and
see, I think it'd be cool.
Port base would be a good example. In general, they just had to expand the map, maybe tighten
It was
it
there. They just patched it
around
out.
the other side. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that.
Yeah.
Right.
Mention
yeah.
We yeeted into the water.
They're just going to be like, oh, that'd be really cool. Like, imagine if they open up water areas for amphibious suits, because I feel bad that a lot of amphibious Xeon suits, they don't have any water to be in. Like,
You just gotta hobble on the ground all day.
yeah.
And then they get a new skill that they move faster in water. Or they do and then
They
you
pretty much have space movement or something. They just
yeah. So you just hop in the water section of the map and you can fight there, or you catch somebody over there next to it, or there's the pools of water in between, and then you're on a bridge and you knock somebody into it, and you're in an amphibious suit and you're on the high gog and you're just like, okay, here we go, yeet, let's go, and then you just start wrecking that guy in water and he can't do anything. Yeah,
So,
there we go.
as much as I would like the idea, I don't think it's reasonable right now. They're probably going to focus more on crazy ass suits on ground and space before they do water maps.
Probably. Well, I don't think it would be a full water map, but I think it would be kind of a cool hybrid thing. Like I said, like a tank of water. I don't know, maybe it's there's the ocean right here, but they are letting water in or something. There's little bridges, and there's different water. Like I said, you could fall in. I mean, maybe they're a suit height worth of water, so literally you just jump out of it.
yeah, it's like other suits, and they have to struggle to get out, but amphibious suits can just
Amphibious suits can just jump in and no big deal.
maul them.
Yeah. So I think that would be cool, but not a full underwater map kind of thing. I don't think that would be a thing. Yeah.
Get a kiddie pool.
Yeah, pretty much.
That would be a good one for an event map, though. All the big aquatic mobile armors.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
So, I think I kind of want to ask the age-old question. What do you guys think we'll see next week?
Yeah, there we go. That's pretty much what I was. Yeah.
The O. They're gonna drop something heavy on us, dude.
There.
We gotta drop some big Zeta stuff to make.
I think it's
make up
2
for
weeks.
lost time.
Isn't it 2 weeks when the Xeon came out? Was it 2 or 3 after the event? I think the O is when the Xeon is going to come out, or the O is going to be when the Xeon.
I mean, there's no reason for them to adhere to any of that. So they'll just kind of.
I know, but that's kind of my prediction. But again, they're not actually having a live event to show off the O like they showed off the Xeon. So
Watch
maybe
them
not.
do it anyway. They have
So,
an open air event or something.
I think Well, it depends because we just had a huge anniversary. They might want to be like, okay, we just do a lot of new stuff out in the game. But if they continue, I said this banner was good, but I also said this banner was bait for us to use all our stuff, because usually in gacha games they come out with like limited units or specials like right after a big event, and it's like, dude, my wallet, fine, okay, here you go. So the next suit I think, or big suit we'll see, is the O. Second, the next suit I want to see is the sniper custom. I think it's Shimada. It's a GM sniper with the rockets and the sniper rifle. I would like to see that suit in the game. So that's what I want to see versus that's what I think we'll see soon.
Yeah, I've heard a lot of talk about Shinoda Custom. A lot of people are looking forward to that. They like to do Shinoda or like full on Repel Rider and stuff like that.
Yeah, Ghost Rider has been one.
That'd be a good return to form to just like other suits.
Here, Magnum, real quick. I want to add on what you were saying, and I'll just cover my stuff as well. I think we'll see DO pretty soon as well. I was originally saying like next week, or just like next banner, but if not that one, like, because we could maybe do like the Palace Athene next, right? And then like DO will be after it. And we actually do have an event coming up where they could potentially announce a mobile suit release. I don't know if you guys got the email I did, but right now there's an actual, online Gundam fest going on right now.
Yeah.
Info just put out a series for it.
Yeah, and there's a stream on, I think, the 23rd. We're going to talk... Well, realistically, it's probably just going to be like a 10-minute discussion of both GBO2 and Maxi Boost On combined, and then an hour of Gunpla Warfare and Gunpla.
Oh, God.
But they have...
Okay, then it might be next week.
Make a suit announcement. Kind of like they did to Xeon during that event.
I was going to say, they could be the O with this. Yeah.
I think they can do that, or they could reveal the next Gundam fighting game, because they have been working on one.
That'd be cool too, yeah.
Really? When did that come out?
That was announced.
I think I announced 700.
That was announced a hot minute ago, because remember, Maxi Boost On is before Maxi Versus 2. Versus 2 is in Japan. Yeah, so we're always 2 or 3 versions behind arcades when it comes to consoles, so that would be about right.
So it would be another one in the Versus line? Do you try to take it?
The trailer that I remember seeing, it alluded to it being another fighting game. So I don't know. I definitely could see it being another Versus or a 2D Gundam game.
Or New Gundam Breaker 2.
New Gundam Breaker. I love Gundam Breaker. That was my thing for years, but New Gundam Breaker destroyed it. Just bring back the OG team and we'll be good. Don't do New Gundam Breaker 2.
Or at least just give us a remastered port for free. I wouldn't mind that.
Yeah.
I know Time Lord feels your pain.
Time Lord knows. We all know it hurts.
They tried to do something different.
And it was a bad different.
They didn't flush out. They didn't do very well.
Sorry to kind of tangent. Oh, we'll forgot to change that. Oh well. Sorry to tangent kind of back on previous topic a little bit, but real quick, when I was talking about what suits I got at what cost, so I got 13 new 500 cost suits, giving me a total of 43 500 now. So feels good at 500, but still 13 during this event. 4 550, which gives me a total of 16 now, and I have a total of 600, and got 4 of those during this event. So again, I had 2 to start with, or maybe 5. I don't know when I got the Haimo Gelgu. And I actually got 2 of the 650. So this event's been pretty generous, but that's a lot of suits I didn't have, and we were up to 600 cost before this. So yeah, like that does hurt a little bit. But anyway, but yeah, as far as speculation on what's going on after this, another interesting thing that I think, player retention. Do we think there's going to be a lot of drop off after this?
Probably.
Yeah, unless they surprise us with another map.
That'd be nice.
That
See you
would
guys.
be
Okay.
Give me another ground map, bro.
New
Von
suit,
Braun,
new
let's
map
go.
during this stream on the 23rd. New suit, new map. That'd be cool. Do you have the time on the stream, by the way?
Yeah, 1 second.
They really
'Cause I
should.
might-
I want to say it's 2 o'clock
Anniversary, too.
Pacific.
Okay, then I might try to restream that. If you guys wanna watch it live or something, or do what we did last time, we can do that.
You said it's the 25th or 26th?
23rd.
Third.
This coming Sunday.
Sunday,
Yeah,
okay.
2 p.m. Pacific.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
I'll link you guys the main website for the
Yeah.
entire event too.
Yeah.
Got discounted gun. They have like exclusive gunplay.
So, if you guys also haven't seen it, you can legit watch like hella Gundam movies during the weekend. That
Yeah, Gundam info.
I heard he uploaded a whole bunch. Yeah.
Barfed them all out.
It's awesome.
Oh, yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, Gundam info is pretty legit.
There's a link to the Gundam or the online expo that I put into the Discord chat though. If you guys wanted to look at it.
Yeah, I'll also
Not gonna
link it
lie,
in
that,
chat too.
That clear color new Gundam looks pretty nice.
Pretty nice.
For real. Clear new Gundam without Janai. Or in this case, I guess it is for sure.
Very much for sure.
But yeah, so again though, I'm kind of curious to see what kind of stuff as far as players after this, because I mean, I don't know what you guys have seen during it, but I've seen some interesting, especially the first week where people were coming back, and people were coming back. And you're like, man, do you know what you're doing? You seem to be flying around. Are you drunk right now? I don't know what this guy's doing. He's I'm just gonna put him out of his misery, so I'll put a few missiles into him with my MLRS and walk away. But
Straight out of prison, just like, what is all this? shit?
like they were just flailing around with 2 side swings and stuff, and shooting me with Vulcans as like not a like Mark II or something. And I'm like,
It doesn't even feel like old school meta. It's just like you like hot dot this game real quick when you first.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
like you got to A, you probably played this really hard back at the anniversary or something, or maybe at the Western release. I don't know, when you played, but it's been a hot minute. You're relearning the game, I can tell.
Oh,
So there was a lot of that.
I just realized I'm about to lose my A rank. No, my A minus or whatever. Dude. Okay, that's another story. Some people need to.
Rated is tough, man.
Rated is tough, dude. I was like, dude, I gotta put my tryhard hat on now.
Here, let's do a queue. I'll help out. Let's go. I'll play some MLRS.
No.
Just hit me up anytime you see me on. I'll play.
Yeah.
But yeah, the honestly though, as far as the suit stuff post event, other than when the O is coming, I have no clue now what we're gonna get. Like, I mean, a couple of things I would like to see, I guess, is kind of more my take on this, and then I guess we can go around for this kind of thing. Mass production Cubulate. The Gaza Gaza D for support. I know you mentioned Palace Athene for sure. Yes, please. I know that some people have been saying like Dryzen and stuff like that, but can we finally get the Methus, please? Can we finally get that suit?
That might be what next week is, just to get it out of their system.
Let's go and just sweep this out. Go and sweep it out.
Get it out of here.
I just feel like they're going to try to bait our token usage before another big drop.
For real though.
And now that one seat you're waiting on forever, here it is. Go.
There was,
But yeah, I think that's about all I got.
yeah. There was a glint of hope for the O, but we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Well, I guess okay. So what's everybody's 5 suits? So I guess that was. I think that's how much I
That's
said. If I didn't, then okay. 3 suits. Either way, pick a number of suits that you want to see and go. Emblem.
Okay, yeah. As far as that goes, I'll say I would like to see the Memphis. The Nero would be pretty cool, and the Zeku Irons.
Ooh, that'd be cool. Okay, I think Vion's got his maybe, or he's searching for some.
So no, I was trying to remember the names, but anyway, my top 3. Of course, I said 1, the Shimada, was it the Snyder? Just like it's the more edgy Super Ninja knot. I forgot.
Like
Yeah,
covered in kunais or whatever.
Yeah, like it's shit ton of kunais everywhere. I was like, just give me that. And then lastly, it's pretty much a GM custom, but it has a giant spear and a shield. Or was the Pale Rider with the shield and the spear? I don't remember.
The Dolahan?
Yes,
Dolahan,
yes.
We were talking about that a long time ago. Man.
That's what I want to see. Those are the 3 I want to see. Whew.
Hey Gustav, what you got?
We need to finish out the Pale Rider line. I mean, it's got precedence from GBO 1, so for sure, full armor would be nice too. Just do a dual banner or something. I don't care. And beyond that, I definitely think we should get another Zeta suit. The O just feels like the obvious one, or the Meth is just to shit it out. Either of those is really the big ones that I'm hoping for right now, just to see how they're gonna do them in this game.
You also mentioned the full armor stuff. Full armor Slave Wraith from GBO1.
Like full armor and God, in the old game it was a dual banner for the dual hand. Came with, was it the full armor or was it something else?
That I don't know.
I'm trying to remember the art and what
That
the
I
other
don't
suit
remember.
was.
Oh, speaking of full armor, someone was talking about the heavy armored EZ8.
Oh yeah, I've seen
It's like
that.
the Space EZ8 too, right?
The high
Yes.
the high mode EZ8 looks really
Oh.
neat.
You know what we didn't get? And they mentioned that they're going to do it. The whatever giant beam Zeta.
Oh, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Mega beam launcher or whatever it's
Yeah.
That's gonna be that's totally gonna be a support. That better be a support.
Yeah, the transformation function will be broken.
It'll totally be a general.
It'll be the return of a Super Gundam.
Don't even joke about the transforming
Bro,
not
Super
working.
Super Gundam literally is supposed to transform and can't. They're never
Oh
gonna get
no.
Dude.
Okay?
I can't.
It's
Doesn't
like, oh,
it involve it actually like shifting the backpack and shit though? It's not like a fluid transformation or something like that.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. Yeah, but like you
That's why
say,
it's out of the double Zeta too, and that should have had a transformation.
raid tax. What is the equivalent for support? Like,
It's being a support.
oof.
No movability. Yeah.
You guys get taxed harder because you don't even have transformation stuff yet.
Yeah, right.
Your takes, like, goddamn, at least we got that going.
I will say though, the tanks came out and they were busted.
Yep.
So maybe
Man,
that's why they're afraid.
They're like, oh, I want to do that again. It's like,
Yeah, because I remember the first clan battle or the first raid battle, whatever. They're like, yo, too many people are running these supports. We got to nerf them real
HF
quick.
motherfuckers.
Oh
like,
yeah.
"Get out here."
Well, I mean, it was the only support used in the tournament that they had in Japan,
Mhm.
and like they nerfed the Hildolfer 4 times.
Yeah, they
Dude,
nerfed that bad boy.
Well, they nerfed it. I think it's 2 or 3 for every other cost, and the 400 one, the level 1 of both it and the assault gun tank, also got nerfed 1 extra time.
Yeah, those
So-
are still fun. Like, I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, yeah.
I would drive around that hill off and just be silly. It's fun.
They're still top tier. But anyway, so yeah, if we have no other speculation of what's going on, you guys want to go in and get into some shout outs?
Sounds good to me.
Okay, cool. So, Vion, if you want to go first, let everybody know what you got going on, what you got coming up, and stuff like that.
All right, guys. So as far as content coming up on YouTube, tomorrow I'll go and let you guys know. I do release suit overviews. Tomorrow's overview surprise will be Easy 8 weapons rack, because a lot of people have seen me play with it and had a lot of questions. So we're going to do a quick overview for that. Check that out. Last week, if you've not seen it, check out the overview of Super Gundam. I'll also be pushing out some more pool videos, so you can suffer with my luck or you can be jealous. It's up to you. Regarding other Gundam content, Maxi Boost on matches are happening. I just haven't uploaded them that much. Please keep an eye on that. I've been playing Final Fantasy 14 to the side. Look for that on the channel as well. But overall, GBO2 videos are nice and they're back. If you have not submitted a video to me before, just check out the channel, check out all the things. You can youtube.com/RedWolfVion, and please come by, say what's up. I want to thank you guys for actually having me. I know we're doing shout outs, but I want to shout you guys out, because for people like you guys in the community, it means a lot when you do like guests or invites and collabs, stuff like that. So shout outs to Gustav, EG Magnum, and GamingEmblem for doing this for the GBO2 community. If they don't, or if people don't really appreciate this, they should, because this shows that people care and we trying to make something better. So thank you guys.
For sure. Thank you.
Thank you. But yeah, Emblem?
Sure. Yeah. I'm GamingEmblem. You can find me at twitch.tv/GamingEmblem. I'll be playing more Battle Operation, Phantasy Star Online 2. Crystal Chronicles remake is going to be coming out on the 27th, and I'll be hitting that up. This should be pretty fun. Magnum is pondering his list of ever-growing games over there.
Just wringing his hands over there.
Yeah. And I have Plus now, so I'll have to play... I'll have to dip into a little bit of Maxi Boost on here at some point in time. But just to reiterate what I mentioned at the beginning, for those of you who may have just caught at the end or skip around, I've got a special stream on Saturday. We're going to play a whole bunch of variety games with a special theme, but we'll have Fall Guys, Battle Operation, and the like, 100% orange juice, probably some Maxi Boost on as well, actually. So feel free to check that out. And then on, speaking of raids, on Sunday we'll be building the GM Striker high grade kit. So if you like Gunpla and you like to see good things done to raids, you can come around 12 p.m. Pacific time, and we'll be building that up, and then just transition it right into community matches. But you know, internet, video games, fun, WoW, GamingEmblem. Feel free to come check it out. And also,
cool.
thanks for everybody being here, and you know, Ryan, I appreciate you coming in and talking with us as well. Just to reiterate and jump on the you know, you guys are awesome train as well. You guys are awesome.
Okay, Gustav, what do you got going on?
Pretty much this and cross rays are our big ones right now. Trying to get some more recording stuff going on, get some like raw recordings of like, gameplay, so I can put up some matches on YouTube, or just share like different kinds of clips on Twitter as well. So I'm like running 2 instances of OBS in some cases, just like little stuff like that for the channel and stuff. We're also going to be doing something, I don't know if we're talking about it yet, but there's going to be another like community thing for the broadcasting stations coming up on Friday, right?
Yes. Yeah,
yes. Yes. Fall Guys.
Yeah, so we're going to be doing Fall Guys Friday. After later on in the day, we're going to 4 clan matches in the morning, so that's going to be an interesting combination. But yep, definitely keep an eye out for all that. And we will be playing Gundam Battle Operation regardless every day for our dailies and more.
Sleep is good, only until clan matches happen.
Also, we do have a secondary clan G, since GS3 is currently full, although that might be changing. We're gonna have like maybe 1 slot open depending. You guys
repeat the
try to
tag.
hop in there. GKN, capital G,
cool.
Lowercase k, capital N.
You kind of cut out there.
Iron Nation.
Oh, I forgot about that name.
Yeah.
They want to speak to your manager. So and being a Karen, GKN boys.
Something about Ginny being a Karen is like really funny to me.
Oh my gosh, that's funny. Okay, but anyway, as always, everybody's links and stuff will be down in the description below. Again, thanks everybody for coming, and thank you for coming on for the podcast, Vion.
Yeah.
Been really awesome.
Thank you.
But but anyway, I'm EG Magnum. I stream on Twitch, got a Twitter, Discord, YouTube channel, stuff like that. I will be playing some GBO2 as always. And speaking of which, clan matches in the morning. We actually have one slot open right now in MNG. That's capital M, lowercase n, capital G. And then, as Gustav said, later tomorrow, probably around, I think somewhere around 7 to 8ish, we'll probably start. And then, I guess whenever Emblem gets home, then we'll all kind of fill in. But I definitely I'm pretty hyped for the Fall Guys thing. So we're going to do Fall Guy Friday. On the weekend, what was mentioned Saturday? I don't know. I feel like I've forgot something to do that I'm doing on Saturday, but oops. Oh well, I'll figure it out. Wednesdays is always the tabletop for the Gundam campaign using the Robotech SMG rule set. And then again, the podcast every Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern. And if I didn't say the tabletop thing, that's 6 p.m. Eastern on Wednesdays. And gonna have Saturday I might do Marvel's Avengers again just to play Black Widow because I didn't play Black Widow last week. And that video gonna be my impressions video talking about that and comparisons to Marvel Heroes and my hopes for it as well. Gonna be trying to get that out before the release of the game at least. So gonna be working on that on the weekend. And then now I just found out, that next week I'm going to be playing some Crystal Chronicles. Whoops, what a surprise. There we go.
You've been finding out like every week, so...
Oh my gosh, for real though, I keep forgetting. I keep forgetting every week, like, and then Emblem mentions it, and I'm like, oh my gosh, mind's blown.
But you.
Yeah. I'm like, oh my gosh, that's right. And then everybody's like, yeah, you knew this. And I'm like, oh. But anyway, there's that. Gonna try to finish Hades early next week then, in that case, Monday or Tuesday, gonna try to finish that. And then possibly on the 31st, we'll be doing maybe some Gundam stuff. And then on the 1st is when the Avengers hits, and the new Path of Exile League should be starting either the 4th or maybe the week after. They haven't really announced that yet, so I don't know. From what they were saying earlier, it was going to start at the beginning of September, but who knows? Maybe they're actually having to push it back. But we'll see. But yeah, that's pretty much it. So if you're watching this on YouTube, like, comment, subscribe, all that. Leave us a comment below about what you think of what we talked about and any other thoughts you have. But anyway, guys, that'll be it for this one. Thanks for watching. Have a good one. Peace.
Later.
Peace.
Woo!
Hey,
we did it.
in there.
Okay. Okay, cool.
Oh, no, you're good.
Alright guys, I want to thank you all so much for hanging out with your boy. Thank you for the bottom of my heart. I love you guys so much. Everyone who checked out the stream, thank you for the support. These guys are awesome. Check out their channels. Their links in the description below. Make sure you do it. And I'll see you next time. Peace!